It's the Game of the Week, brought to you by the Montana Chevy Dealers. Then sponsored by the Montana Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW. And Wayland Tire.
No, you're doing our tape. We're going to It's the SWX College Football Game of the Week. Rocky Erickson alongside Phil Willett. We're at Vigilante Stadium in Dillon. It's game number 1 for both Carroll College and Montana Western, and it's a new era of Carroll College football. For just the third time in 49 years, they've got a new coach in Troy Purcell as he replaces the Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest. And Phil, that can't be easy.
No, 6 national titles for Coach Van Diest in 20 seasons. Big shoes to fill, to say the least, but Coach Purcell's the right man for the job. He's a Carroll grad. He's won everywhere he's been, and he knows the Frontier Conference.
Montana Western started the season last year 6-1, lost their last 3 games. When you think Bulldog football, you think defense. 24 takeaways, led by their All-American, number 33, Jason Ferris, somebody who might play on Sunday.
Absolutely. The reigning Frontier Defensive Player of the Year, 6'3", 220, and fast. He's no doubt the key for the Bulldog defense, and he's a tremendous player to watch, 4-year starter and a local Dillon product.
And for Carroll College, they struggled scoring a year ago, but they returned their great running back in Major Ali back for what, his 8th season?
8th season, 6 years starting for Major Ali, and the key is going to be who's going to be the quarterback for the Fighting Saints, Colby Colloy or Devin Bridgewater. Coach Purcell's yet to publicly name a starter, so it'll be interesting to see who gets the first snap.
Game number 1 at Vigilante Stadium, the SWX College Football Game of the Week.
At Wayland Tire, it's service first, quality always. So stop in today and let us find the right set of Michelin tires for you. If you value longevity, check out the Michelin Defender family, Michelin's longest lasting family of tires on the road. Whether you drive a car, minivan, SUV, or truck, you'll be able to do more for more miles. Come visit our team of experts at Wayland Tire so we can match you with the right tire for the way you drive.
Wayland Tire, we know tires.
This is the nimble Chevy Trax, the versatile Chevy Equinox, the stylish all-new Chevy Blazer, and the roomy Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. The Chevy family of SUVs. No matter what you're looking for in an SUV, Chevy's got you covered.
Current competitive owners get over $6,500 below MSRP on this well-equipped Equinox. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
Out here, we love our animals, from the wildlife to the livestock. Inside, it's the same. They're just like family. We keep them happy and healthy, most of the time. Secondhand smoke puts pets at risk for cancer, feline lymphoma, vomiting, increases the risk of tumors and lung cancer, even causes eye and skin disease. Secondhand smoke puts your pet's life at risk.
Since before the birth of America, the Army National Guard has stood ready to answer the call to defend and protect the nation. Army National Guard soldiers share in an enduring commitment to serve their state in times of crisis and defend their nation in times of conflict. The men and women of the Army National Guard serve part-time in their own communities and have a stake in its continued security. To learn all about the benefits of becoming a soldier in the Army National Guard, visit nationalguard.com.
Your attention to the center of the field for today's coin toss. Tossing the coin today.
College football Saturday from Vigilante Stadium in Dillon. Rocky Erickson alongside Phil Willett. What a beautiful day for this Frontier Conference game. It's a season opener for both these teams, the Bulldogs of Montana Western and the Fighting Saints of Carroll College. Since 2004, the Saints lead in the series 20-4. At one point, they won 18 straight games in a series from 05 to 2015. A year ago in Helena, Western won 16-10. And then when they met here in Dillon, it was a close game through 4 quarters, with the Bulldogs up 13-10 And then Western won big, 30-10. Phil, what we need is more teams in the Frontier Conference so the teams don't have to play each other twice.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. They've kind of got it in a regional scheduling now where you play in your region twice, so these two will meet up twice throughout the year, and it would be nice to get a couple more teams in this conference, but nobody wants to join this conference because it's too good. Everyone is good in the Frontier Conference.
Yeah, what do we have? 4 of the 7 teams nationally ranked in the preseason poll. The College of Idaho ranked 15th. Southern Oregon comes in number 20. The Bears of Rocky are 23rd, and Montana Western is 25th. And Montana Western will receive the kickoff. And how about what Rocky Mountain College did in week number 1 last week? On Thursday, they played at number 8 Dickinson State, and they stunned Dickinson State with a big win, snapping the Blue Hawks' 25-game home winning streak. And this is my stat of the week, Phil. You ready for this? Dickinson State, since 2000, they've won 74% of their games. But against Frontier Conference teams, they've won 14%.
There's a reason why they had a short stint in the Frontier Conference. When they were members, I don't know if they won a game in 2 years. I think they beat MSU Northern one time. But, yeah, you're right. That just shows to the strength of the Frontier Conference. The SEC of the NAIA, they call it, and there's no down weeks when you play in this league.
Trey Mounts is back to receive the opening kickoff. And, folks, Phil and I, we still don't know who the starting quarterback will be for Carroll College. Will it be Colby Calloy or will it be Devin Bridgewater? Nobody's sure. Nobody is sure.
We were kind of guessing in the pregame warmups, watching them run through their plays, that maybe it's Bridgewater, but I suspect we're going to see an awful lot of both of them today.
Josh Kraft will get set to kick off. Hermanson and Mounts are back. We're in Dillon at Vigilante Stadium, home of Montana Western and Beaverhead High School. The Dillon Beavers, one of the greatest high school football programs in our state as well. Big crowd for Saturday football, the SWX game of the week. And this game is officially underway. And Hermanson from the 5-yard line. And he hurdles over a defender out to the 25-yard line. And out comes the Bulldogs offense, the 25th ranked team of the nation, led by quarterback John Jund.
And Jund coming off an excellent freshman campaign, and they're expecting huge things from the sophomore out of Spring Creek, Nevada.
They're going to send 3 wide receivers out. Their first play from scrimmage. The Bulldogs in the red and the black, and they're going to throw on first down. Is that pass caught? It is, out to the 32-yard line. Walker McKittrick makes the catch. All he did a year ago was have 46 receptions for 893 yards. Walker went over 160 yards receiving in 3 games. Against the College of Idaho, he had 7 receptions for 171 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 4. They're going to go on the ground. Kyler breaks through a first down, move the chains out to the 43-yard line. Pronte. And Pronte, he rushed for 587 yards a year ago.
Well, and Coach Norris is focusing on an improvement in the run game this year with the veteran offensive line back, with the rash of injuries last year up front. Expect that to be a strength for the Bulldogs this season.
The Bulldogs averaged just 115 yards a game on the ground. They were last in the Frontier. Play action. John, he is sacked in the backfield. John is sacked for a loss of about 4.
Craig Kine on the sack there for the Saints, but that's a coverage sack there. John Jund had plenty of time. Credit to the secondary for the Fighting Saints.
It's going to be 2nd down and 13. Game 1 this year, Phil, West at Big Sky, I had a 2nd down and 52. I've never said that before in my broadcasting career. Kyler will come in motion. There's a flag that's going to go against the Bulldogs. Well, in game number 1, It's the first game for both teams. It's the first game for the officials, and it may be a little sloppy early on, and we may have a few penalty flags.
Yeah, that's a common occurrence, the false starts. That's the right guard, Hunter Severson, Jr. out of Sydney, Montana, with the false start.
Sydney Eagles. How about that run Mike Gear had back in the 80s? You were too young to remember, Phil, but they won a state record, 7 state championships in a row, a record that will never be broken.
No, that
Bronte in motion. Screen pass is caught out across the 40-yard line. And making that catch is Blake Setman, and Coach likes him as well.
Yeah, and Setman came here as a quarterback. Last year was one of the backup quarterbacks. Too athletic to be standing on the sideline. Transition him into wide receiver and expecting huge things out of him this season.
Blake had 9 catches for 49 yards a year ago. It's going to be 3rd down and 12 for the Bulldogs. John completed 53% of his passes last year. 14 touchdowns, was picked off 13 times. Big play here on 3rd down, pressure. John scrambles out of the pocket, caught from behind. He's going to be short of the first down, a gain of about 7 yards, but Cameron Rothy came on his blind side, and he was flushed out of the pocket, and the Bulldogs are forced to punt this one away.
Yeah, number 4 there, King. He's the leading secondary returner there for Carroll College, and excellent speed there chasing down. John is a very good runner, and credit King there.
Lima gets set to punt.
Lima back to punt.
And back to receive, I believe it's Harrison. Line drive kick. Harrison from the 18-yard line gets around a couple of defenders, brought down to the 25-yard line. And now, Phil, who is the starting quarterback for 2019 for the Saints of Carroll College?
Well, the numbers are so hard to read here.
Almost impossible. It's going to be number 11. They're going to go with Devin Bridgewater, 5'11", 185-pound sophomore out of Eagle, Idaho. Bridgewater can run. Split out wide to the left side is Kyle Pierce. 1st down and 10 Saints. The Bulldogs got a 1st down, and then we're forced to punt early in the first, 12:20 to go. Bridgewater will air it out on 1st down, and Bridgewater's going deep to Sipes. It's incomplete, and Sipes has some speed. Sipes, 33 catches, 586 yards a year ago, and that's quite a surprise. Everybody thought Bridgewater was the running quarterback, and then they go deep on the very first play.
Well, and they go to their home run hitter, Sipes, and he got behind Dylan Pope there in the secondary, but just overshot by Bridgewater.
Number 33, Jason Ferris on that defensive starting lineup, 125 tackles a year ago. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. And there's Major Ali. Major Ali slashes to the 30-yard line. Major Ali, 696 yards a year ago.
Brought down Kyle Schulte, the junior out of Butte Central, Butte product, and he's another veteran linebacker. That's the strength of this Bulldog football team, is the linebacking core.
Is there a more famous sports name in Butte than Schulte?
There has been an awful lot of them, and they all seem to be good at football.
Bob Schulte played in that very first Shrine football game back in 1947. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. 3 wide receivers left side. Bridgewater to Major Ali. Ali's got 10 yards to go. He gets the 1st down and then some. Midfield, Major Ali inside the 30. 1 man to beat. Ali caught from behind at about the 5-yard line. Phil, who saved the touchdown there?
Cameron Rouser, the true freshman from Townsend, runs all the way across and tracks him down. But what a play call there against the Bulldog blitz. They caught him in a blitz, and a screen is the perfect call.
That was a long 3rd down play, and they dumped it out to the running back, and Major Ali showed his speed, and now it's going to be 1st down and goal for the Saints on the 8-yard line. Quick huddle, quick snap, Major Ali to the 5, a gain of just a couple, and the Saints are threatening to get some points on the scoreboard. The coaches pulled a media poll. They had Carroll College number 7. They had Montana Western number 3. Big play on the opening drive for the Saints. Sipes will go to the right side. It's going to be second down and goal. They'll work from the 7-yard line. Bridgewater, the starting quarterback. Bridgewater to Major Ali. Ali inside the 5-yard line to about the 3. He is not easy to bring down.
No, he's such a low center of gravity. They list him at 5'6". That might be even generous at that, but so low to the ground. Daniel Musso, credit him with the penetration right up the nose there for the Bulldogs. Sophomore out of Hamilton, Montana.
Well, a big down here. It's going to be third down just inside the 5-yard line. It's third and goal. You know what I look for here? Quarterback to keep it. Sipes to the right side. Full house backfield. Out of the shotgun on third down and goal. Bridgewater takes the high snap, hands it off into the end zone, into the touchdown. Matthew Burgess with the carry, a 5-yard touchdown run, and it's the Fighting Saints of Carroll College who scored first.
Well, that was a big opening. Good credit to big guys up front with excellent hole there. I believe that you're right. That was Burgess. Those numbers are very hard to see here for the Fighting Saints. That is number 21.
And on for the PAT, Josh Kraft. For the Saints, Carroll College strikes first. Game 1 of the season for both teams. And the kick is good, and the Saints lead it 7-0 on the SWX Game of the Week.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better start for Coach Purcell in his Carroll College career to get a stop on defense and drive right down and score 6 to open this ball game.
Big play by Major Ali. 10:02 left to be played. Here in quarter number 1, the Bulldogs will get the football for the second time in this game. We'll be back with more right after this. 3 carries and 9 yards, and Devin Bridgewater 63 yards through the air. A 75-yard opening drive for the Saints, and they're on the scoreboard first. Rocky Erickson with Phil Willett on our Montana Quick Line Tobacco scoreboard. 1-800-QUIT NOW is Carroll College 7. And at Montana Western, they've yet to get on the scoreboard here.
Yeah, 6-play, 75-yard drive. The 63-yard screen pass to Major Ali, obviously the key play in the drive on 3rd and 5.
Left-footed kicker Powell, he'll put that one deep in the end zone. And the Bulldogs will have a touchback, and they'll have their second opportunity. On their first opportunity, they had 13 yards on the ground and 14 yards through the air. Boy, that was huge for the Saints. Remember, they struggled scoring a year ago. They averaged just 18 points a game. And for Troy Purcell and his new staff, I mean, that's huge, Phil, to come out with an early touchdown.
I don't even think Coach Purcell could have scripted it any better in any of his wildest dreams at the start of this ball game.
John out of the shotgun. They work for the 25-yard line. They're going to go on the ground. Pronte. And he cuts off left tackle for a gain of just a couple. So, Phil, you played college football. You coached in college football. Why is it so hard to run at almost every level of football?
Well, these offensive linemen, it's such a complicated game up front to know who to block, where to block, if you're a zone scheme, if you're a man-on-man scheme. And the games that the defensive lines and linebackers play nowadays in college, it's such a difficult task to know exactly where to go.
John airs it out. Pronte makes the catch. Short gain. 3rd down coming up for the Montana Western Bulldogs. Every game is big in the Frontier. I mean, it's sad when you got to play each other twice. And if I had a rule in the Frontier, Phil, 4 teams will go to the playoffs every year no matter what. Even if they had a losing record, it's the Frontier.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 teams deserve to go, it seems, year in and year out, and we've been lucky to get 2, it seems like, lately.
Third down and 6. 3 wide receivers right side. John Jun flushed out again. At the 30, he's going to be brought down for a short gain. And again, Carroll College defense comes up really big. Nate McGree out of Butte Central. You know, Butte Central, what a story. They could be in Class C. They would qualify to be a Class C school, yet they remain in Class A. There's a lot of pride at Butte Central.
And they're competitive in every sport in Class A, year in and year out.
So the Bulldogs will go 3 and out on their second offensive possession, game number 1 of this 2019 season. Bulldogs get the punt away. It is a beauty. Fair catch called for. Are we going to rotate quarterbacks with Carroll College? Or are we going to stay with Bridgewater?
I have a suspicion after that excellent first drive, we're going to see Bridgewater again. I just can't imagine they would make the transition right now, and it is Bridgewater coming into the huddle.
I can't hear anything.
5'11", 185-pound quarterback. Quarterbacks are huge these days. I mean, 6'5", 6'6".
That seems like a very generous 5'11", just looking at him out there next to the other players. I would say more like 5'9", possibly for Bridgewater.
Bridgewater high snap, play action, and Bridgewater's going to go deep, and no receiver there. Closest to the football is Jackson Thompson, and Jackson's wearing the red and black.
Yeah, miscommunication there, obviously, between Bridgewater and the wide receiver there. That's Kyle Pierce. Bridgewater expected a go route, and Pierce cut it off short.
How do you like that? Coach Purcell, first 2 offensive possessions, on first down they throw deep.
Yeah, I think he's, obviously trying to catch the Bulldogs off guard, expecting a little more of a run game from the Saints, and that's why Coach Purcell has been successful as he has. He's very unpredictable.
Second down and 10, 3 wide receivers left side. Major Ali goes nowhere. Troy Purcell had great success at Bozeman, some of the best AA teams I've ever seen, but in his first season they struggled, and I announced his first game as a AA coach, 2005 at home against Billings West. West High won 55-0. I reminded him of that this week. Then he reminded me how Bozeman beat West High 53-3 a few years later.
Of course he did. He never forgot that first game, I'm sure.
It's going to be third down and 13. Bridgewater 1 for 3. Bridgewater flushed out. Pass is caught. Sipes at 30. The 35, and Sipes is going to be very close to a first down. And he's run out of bounds again by Cameron Rouser. Are you sure he's a true freshman?
Absolutely a true freshman is Cameron Rouser, and the Bulldog coaches are very high on Cameron Rouser. He's in for the injured Garrett Turner today, but my understanding is Cameron's going to be very hard to get out of the lineup once Garrett Turner's back from his injury.
It's going to be first down and 10 for the Saints. To the left side comes Joe Ferris. He had 26 catches a year ago. The Saints lead early here in Dillon in game 1 for both teams. Bridgewater looking right all the way. Overthrew his intended receiver, Pierce. And defending for the Bulldogs, Hutcherson. He didn't look away. I mean, he went out of that huddle, Phil, and he was going to throw that football to the right side.
Well, I think he likes the matchup. Dejarius Hutcherson there, the corner for the Bulldogs, 5'8", 145, a junior college transfer out of Shasta College. Coach Norris says Hutcherson might be the fastest guy on the team.
That's because you're no longer playing.
Correct, yes.
Penalty, it's going to be first down and 5 for the Saints. 7 minutes left to be played in the opening quarter on the SWX Game of the Week. Brought to you by the Montana Chevy Dealers. Montana Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Wayland Tire. Rocky Erickson alongside Phil Willett. The Saints with the lead. They'll work from the 43-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the right side. Hand it off, and that is not Major Ali on the carry. And a gain of a couple. And that's going to be Adams, right?
Matthew Burgess on the carry, number 21. They list Adams as the backup, but we have not seen Adams as of yet. Burgess scored the touchdown, and that's him with the carry there as well.
A year ago, Montana Western led the conference with 24 takeaways. 5 of those resulted in touchdowns. And as Jason Ferris got a tackle so far today.
I have not seen him in on any action so far. It looks like he's been getting doubled.
And on second down, they fake the pass, they go on the run, and it's Burgess again, and Burgess is going to be close, and then a late flag comes out.
I think they're going to get number 84, Tony Collins, on a late hit against Jason Ferris way back in the backfield.
Phil, first game I did in August of this year, I was in Missoula. We had 13 penalties in the first half. At halftime, the officials had to ice their arm because they were throwing so many flags. It was unbelievable.
Tennis elbow for the referees at halftime. Yeah, that's pretty common this early in the season. Of teams are working out the rust, and they've practiced only against each other.
It's going to be a hold against the Saints. Biggest news in high school football this week, of course, Livingston, the Park High Rangers of Livingston. First game of the season, they lost to Lewistown 55-0. In that game, they only suited out 20 players. They were scheduled to play Sydney this afternoon, and instead, they forfeited the season down to just 15 players. A Class A school, Phil, with 450 students, and you can't field a varsity team.
That's just amazing, and there's talk of them already thinking of next year. They're not going to be suiting up a team either. So
I remember when Hellgate had that problem a few years ago.
Yeah, the numbers in football are definitely going down each year.
Bridgewater tried to run. Is that the first time that we've seen Bridgewater attempt to run with the football, and in on the tackle, it's going to be James Aragon.
Yeah, and obviously the Bulldogs expecting the run from Bridgewater. Lost a couple there, and not fooling the Bulldog defense one bit there was Bridgewater.
It's going to be third down and long, third down and 12. Bridgewater 2 for 5 through the air, 75 yards. One was a big 63-yard completion on a screen pass to Major Ali. And Ali is back in the game in the backfield. On third down and 12. And Ali is open. Bridgewater flushed out. He's got a long ways to go, and Bridgewater's not going to get the first down. He is hit hard. I mean, that is a big-time tackle. Was that Ferris?
That was Ferris.
Oh, man.
When we call his name, he comes with the thunder, and what a hit there by Jason Ferris. Very lucky for the Saints to fall on that fumble.
That's why he's an All-American and somebody who someday could play on Sunday.
Boy, he has the body and the attributes of an NFL football player. There's no doubt about that.
Trey Mounts back to receive the punt. And that is not a good kick for the Saints. That'll go out of bounds near the 20-yard line, a 35-yard kick. 4.5 left to be played. We're going to take a break. Saints out on top, 7-0.
Montana. We are lucky to call it home. Discovery and adventures are around every corner of our state. The vibe is different here. When looking for a local, homegrown Montana bank, look no further. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking.
This uniform symbolizes living up to a higher standard. To the Army National Guard soldier, earning it represents a commitment to a nearly 4th-century tradition of vigilance. To don this uniform in the Army National Guard is to be a guardian of freedom and the American way of life. Join us in a timeless tradition of selfless service at NationalGuard.com.
It was Christmas Eve when my customer called to let me know that my building was on fire.
My heart sank. It was a total loss.
My first concern was my employees and my clients. We've had this family business for more than 40 years. Payne West moved quickly.
Within 2 weeks, Payne West arranged a payment so Ron could start rebuilding his business.
And I am proud to say that I met every customer commitment that was made prior to the fire.
We experience what you experience. Payne West Insurance.
Well, Phil, you surprised defensive battle thus far. I think it takes a while for offenses to get in sync, especially trying to learn a new system with the Saints of Carroll College.
Oh, absolutely. I'm pretty surprised on Western's lack of production here on the offensive end. Carroll College playing a 4-3 front here, in Mike Van Dies's entire 20 years, they played a 34 defense. So it's an adjustment for the Bulldogs getting used to this four-man front that they haven't seen in a couple decades here from the Saints.
Third time this afternoon, the Bulldogs of Montana Western will have the football. John Junn is the quarterback. They're going to start from the 20-yard line, quick pass, and that's going to be a gain of about 8 yards on that play. Jamison Hermanson, he had 10 catches a year ago.
Yeah, very happy to have Hermanson back. He played 2 games, was starter in both of them, and blew out his ACL and lost for the season. So that's an excellent return for the Bulldogs.
Benedict back in the game. Second down, a short 2. Bronte gets the call, gets to the 30-yard line and up for the first down and gets held up there. Yards are hard to come by here in the first quarter, Phil.
I've been very impressed with the Carroll defense here this first couple drives, and they seem to be very stout against the run thus far.
Carroll College, 104 yards of total offense. The Bulldogs, 42. Carroll had that one big play that went for 53. Saints out on top early, 7-0. 3.5 left to be played. Game 1 from Vigilante Stadium in Dillon. The 25th ranked Bulldogs of Montana Western. John wants to throw. He's going to go deep. He's got a receiver. McKittrick makes the catch. No, that's Hermanson. Hermanson with a catch. How about that throw?
Wow.
That was perfect. Right over his right shoulder.
Well, and that was under pressure, too. Carroll College brought the blitz. So John Junn knew he had to get rid of it. He liked the man-to-man coverage. Hermanson on the far sideline. And like you said, Rocky, perfect throw.
Hermanson right over his right shoulder. This is the deepest the Bulldogs have been all afternoon for the Saints' 35-yard line. 3 wide receivers right side. Play action. Junn's got all day. Pass is incomplete. And the intended receiver on the play was Benedict. How about that offensive line from Montana Western? What a job they're doing.
Yep, stoned him up front there, and John wants that one back because Benedict was wide open and just overshot there by John Junn. And he had that problem a little bit last year. He gets pretty amped up and sometimes has the case of the overthrows.
John Junn, that's his first incomplete pass. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Montana Western works from the 35, under 3 minutes left to be played. Here in quarter number 1. Bronte on the ground, the 30, and he dives to the 25, close to another first down for the Bulldogs.
And number 41 there for the Saints, Zach Hanser might have saved a touchdown with the shoestring tackle. Bronte had nothing but green grass in front of him.
What a drive for the Bulldogs. Trying to tie this game up. Another first down for the 25th ranked team in the nation, Montana Western. They'll work from the Saints' 25-yard line. Quarterback keep. John Junn takes a big hit down about the 20-yard line.
Fauntleroy in on the tackle for the Saints. And if you're Coach Norris, you don't want John Junn taking head-on collisions like that very often.
Norris has never lost an opener. A perfect 5-0 in his career.
John here executing an excellent drive here in this third drive for the Bulldogs.
It's going to be 2nd down and 7 from the 21-yard line. John Junn. He's going to side to run again, the 20. Slips out of one tackle, gets near the 15, and he's close to yet another first down.
J.J. Lindsey in on the tackle along with Isaiah King. And as soon as I say he doesn't want him taking hits. He takes another big shot there from King, does Jund.
Well, you don't want your starting quarterback to take that many hits so early in game number one.
I asked Coach Norris yesterday, has John Jund learned to slide like most quarterbacks do? And he said he absolutely will not slide.
Third down and short, less than a yard. Bronte gets the first down near the 13-yard line. And the Bulldogs are knocking on the door. A little over a minute left to be played. This is quarter number one from Vigilante Stadium, game number one.
Well, the run game's been very impressive this drive for the Bulldogs. Up front, doing the number, Noah Danielson and Jesus Paramona are the returners at tackle that were missing last year from injury.
It's going to be first down and 10 from the 13-yard line. John fakes the handoff, rolls right. The pass broken up. He threw that in double coverage. And the receiver really wasn't open there, Phil.
No, that's thrown into double coverage. They're looking for Trey Mounts. Trey Mounts has had a big fall camp for the Bulldogs, but nicely broken up there. Number 7, Fauntleroy again on another play from Whitefish Bulldog product.
It's going to be second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Trying to even the score before this first quarter will come to an end. John goes over the middle. It's incomplete, and that could have been picked off.
Yeah, they're trying to set up a screen here on the far side to Walker McKittrick, but Carroll College not fooled one bit. John trying to throw it away and almost threw it right to a Carroll defender.
And now it's going to be third down and 10. 43 seconds left to be played in quarter number one. It got warm all of a sudden, Phil.
Boy, it was pretty overcast all morning, and the clouds went away, and boy, the temperature is perfect out there right now for football.
Third down and 10 for the Bulldogs. This is a big play. John throws on the run. His receiver open. Touchdown. The first of the year and making the catch is Nate Simpkins. Simpkins brings it home. He had 5 touchdowns a year ago. And Nate gets one here, and we've got a 1-point game.
Well, awesome moment for Nate Simpkins, the Dylan Beaver product, who's developing into a wonderful receiver for the Bulldogs in his junior year. And credit John Jund. The play broke down a little bit, but Jund bought some time, found Simpkins in the back of the end zone, and an excellent job getting the feet down by Simpkins.
And the extra point is good. This game is tied at 7, and we'll be back with more right after this.
This is the nimble Chevy Trax, the versatile Chevy Equinox, the stylish all-new Chevy Blazer, and the roomy Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. The Chevy family of SUVs. No matter what you're looking for in an SUV, Chevy's got you covered.
Current competitive owners get over $6,500 below MSRP on this well-equipped Equinox. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
On February 10th, I had my last drink and have been sober ever since. When I was in treatment for alcohol, they sort of told me not to worry too much about the smoking, and I definitely found myself writing that excuse for a long time. About 5 months later, I also quit smoking. Quitting smoking is possible. Quitting drinking is possible, and the life that you get to have afterwards is so much better.
At Wayland Tire, it's service first, quality always. Performance, pride, and passion, 3 things that define the rich legacy of BF Goodrich Tires and the lasting partnership that we've shared over the years. Like the ever-popular BF Goodrich KO2 tire and all the Advantage TA line of tires, stop in and talk to your local performance experts at Wayland Tire and get set up with the right type of tires from the company that invented performance, BF Goodrich.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Well, what a great game. The 25th ranked Montana Western Bulldogs up against Carroll College. Just the 3rd coach for the Saints in 49 seasons. Coach Petrino for 28. Mike Van Dies for 20, and during those 20 years, his teams won more than 200 games, 14 conference titles, and 6 national championships. And because of that success, well, other teams in the Frontier had to get better to compete, and that they did.
Well, like we've mentioned it over and over, and we'll continue to mention it, the best league in the NAI, top to bottom, is the Frontier. There's absolutely no doubt about it. You mentioned Carroll's run. Southern Oregon, a national champion as well, a couple years ago for the Frontier Conference. So it's an unbelievable league, and if you can survive this league and make it to the playoffs, you have as good a chance to win it all as anyone.
Karchenko with the kick. Sipes from the 5-yard line. Sipes at 15 to 20. Sipes caught from behind, trying to strip that ball out.
Excellent
and the Saints
coverage.
will take over.
Blake Sentman, the wide receiver, off the bottom of the pile for the Bulldogs, as well as number 41, Sean Cooney. He's the backup running back for Western. So 2 offensive guys making the tackle on kickoff.
Saints take over. This could be, if they keep it on the ground, this could be the final play of quarter number 1 here. And Devin Bridgewater stays in at quarterback. He's went the distance. Bridgewater, quick throw to the right side. Pass is complete for a short gain to Major Ali. Clock is stopped. 24 seconds left to be played here in the first.
Well, you just see the speed from Jason Ferris right there, getting out on the edge on Major Ali to make that only a 2-yard catch for Major Ali. Not many inside linebackers can make that play.
It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Saints. They scored first. The Bulldogs have tied it up. Phil, it's going to be 3 overtimes.
Well, that would be good. Some free football is always good. I'm willing to stay here all day and watch football.
The quarter has come to an end. We're tied in Dillon at 7. Be back with the second right after this.
Only at the University of Montana Western, Experience One. Experiential learning, 1 course at a time. 1 course for 18 days, a 4-day break, and on to the next 18-day course. Focused, intense, effective. Only at Montana Western. Experience you. Experience us. Experience One. Visit umwestern.edu or call us today, 1-877-683-7331.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
It was Christmas Eve when my customer called to let me know that my building was on fire.
My heart sank. It was a total loss.
My first concern was my employees and my clients. We've had this family business for more than 40 years. Payne West moved quickly.
Within 2 weeks, Payne West arranged a payment so Ron could start rebuilding his business.
And I am proud to say that I met every customer commitment that was made prior to the fire.
We experience what you experience. Payne West Insurance.
In that first quarter, both teams tied at 7. Montana Western 114 yards of offense in the first. The Saints of Carroll College 104 yards of offense.
Well, that couldn't be obviously much more close than that, but all that obviously on the last drive for the Bulldogs. Jund 6 for 9 in the first quarter with 71 yards and the touchdown to Simpkins. Bridgewater 3 of 6 for 77 yards for the Saints. 63 of those on the screen pass to Major Ali.
2nd down and 7 as we get this second quarter underway. And on the fly sweep, Sipes, I'll tell you what, you did not catch Montana Western sleeping on that play, and that's going to be a minus yardage, a -1.
Ferris and Peyton Pins on the tackle for the Bulldogs, but we talked about Sipes in the early going. He's the big play person for the Saints. They're going to try to get the ball to him any way they possibly can. Obviously, the Bulldog defense aware of that, and like you said, a loss on the fly sweep.
Number 33, Jason Ferris, in the middle of that defense. The defensive player of the year a year ago. One of the best in the nation. And now Ferris cheats up. 3rd down and 7. And Bridgewater. Play is called dead. Not as many flags as I anticipated.
No.
In that first quarter, this being game number 1, Phil.
Yeah, that was a pretty clean first quarter of the first game of the year. A delay of game there for Bridgewater. You mentioned the Bulldogs playing games there as Ferris was moving up and back from the line of scrimmage. I think Bridgewater got caught in an audible there and wasn't aware of the play clock, and it cost him 5.
It's going to be 3rd down and long. It's going to be 3rd down and 14. Bridgewater's got protection, airs it out in traffic, almost intercepted. Oh my, Peyton Pins. He dove for that one. He almost had the INT.
Yeah, the sophomore from Parma, Idaho. Bridgewater, that was probably the first big-time mistake we've seen mentally from Bridgewater. He just throwing that one up for grabs, and very lucky that the Bulldogs didn't come away with that one.
Carroll forced to punt. Kavik back to punt. Montana Western's getting the ball back. Nice. High. Spiral kick. Trey Mounts from the 38. Mounts. A 2-yard return. The Bulldogs will come out offensively. Early in quarter number 2, we're tied at 7. The 25th ranked Bulldogs of Montana Western up against the Saints of Carroll College. We'll be back with more right after this. From the 40-yard line. John's got 2 wide receivers up on top. They keep it on the ground. They're going to go reverse. And that's McKittrick. Got a room inside midfield. McKittrick to 30. McKittrick near the 15-yard line. Razzle-dazzle play for Montana Western. They go on the reverse, and they get big yardage.
Well, and Walker McKittrick, the Ennis Mustang. I'm an Ennis Mustang myself, so very proud to see Walker. Walker McKittrick's daddy was in my class growing up. That tells you how old I am. But Walker had the best single-game performance I've ever seen in the state championship against the Webo Longhorns.
I remember that.
10 touchdowns.
I remember that.
As an individual. Unbelievable.
1st down and 10. John to the end zone. No. That was close. He intended a receiver. Sentman. And that one's going to be 2nd down and 10. The Bulldogs trying to take the lead for the first time this afternoon. From Vigilante Stadium in Dillon, game 1 for both these teams. The 25th ranked Bulldogs of Montana Western and the Saints of Carroll College.
Well, Jun couldn't throw that one any better. Sentman's got to make that play in the back of the end zone. That was a perfect fade route throw from John Jun.
And Jun's going to run. Jun breaks a tackle, gets to the 10, near the 5-yard line. Move the chains. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs.
Well, John Jun's like another running back in the backfield for the Bulldogs who happens to be a good thrower. You look at him, he has the physique of an inside linebacker. He does not look like a quarterback. 5'11" and 205 is John Jund.
From the 8-yard line, the Bulldogs trying to take the lead for the first time this afternoon. John to the corner of the end zone, making the catch. It's going to be a touchdown. Jamison Hermanson and the Bulldogs have taken the lead.
Another perfect throw there from John Jun down in the red zone. You couldn't ask for a better throw if you're Hermanson. And what a relief for Jamison Hermanson coming back from the ACL injury and having a big first half.
John, his second touchdown of the first half.
Karchenko boots the extra point through. Mark Karchenko for the Bulldogs.
14-7. Bulldogs are out on top. We're going to take a break. Be back with more right after this.
We're here.
There's a place where higher education starts at a higher elevation and rises from there. Located in the heart of the Rockies, Carroll College raises the bar with small classes taught by award-winning professors, more than 60 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs, and year-round outdoor fun over every horizon. Carroll College, aspire to go higher.
Montana. There's no place else like it. After all, it's why we all choose to live here. The vibe is different here. So when you find that perfect place for your family, we'll find the right home loan just for you. Stockman Bank.
Look for number 40
Montana's
for the
brand of
Saints.
banking.
Being sexy for a tackle, okay?
It was
Number
Christmas
40 for the
Eve when
Saints.
my
Help me out
customer
with that
called to let me know that my building was on fire.
My heart sank. It was a total loss.
My first concern was my employees and my clients. We've had this family business for more than 40 years. Payne West moved quickly.
Within 2 weeks, Payne West arranged a payment so Ron could start rebuilding his business.
And I am proud to say that I met every customer commitment that was made prior to the fire.
We experience what you experience. Payne West Insurance.
The Bulldogs of Montana Western have their first lead in this 2019 season. 12:47 left to be played here in the first half of the Bulldogs. Out on top of the Saints, 14-7, Rocky Erickson. Alongside Phil Willett, a beautiful day for college football Saturday.
A Chamber of Commerce day, they like to say in this type of weather, just a slight breeze and perfect temperature and a sunny sky here in Dillon, Montana. An excellent first half here by both squads, really. I've been impressed with both teams here in this first half.
No turnovers.
No, very clean. And you mentioned last possession, very few penalties, which is very surprising for a first game.
Sipes lets that one go over his head and out of bounds. That touchdown for the Bulldogs was set up on that reverse. Walker McKittrick went 43 yards on that run. And that set up the touchdown. John Junn has thrown 2 touchdown passes.
And you can see on the replay here, Hermanson coming from the slot position on this touchdown, a little post corner route. And excellent throw to the back pylon there for John Junn.
On the Wayland Tire replay, he just threw that in the corner and hoped his receiver got underneath the football.
Yep, total timing route and a perfectly timed there by perfect execution there, Junn to Hermanson.
First down and 10, 25-yard line play action. Bridgewater will throw on the run. It's incomplete. Nice defensive coverage on the part of the Bulldogs as Mitch Orem was all over that receiver.
Yeah, excellent job in the flat there. That's a tough play there for an outside linebacker to cover a tight end out in space like that. And Orem with excellent job right in the back pocket there of Collins.
It's going to be second down and 10 from the 25-yard line. The Saints put 3 wide receivers to the right side. Bridgewater, 3 of 7, 77 yards on the afternoon. Major Ali with the dive. And it took a while for that snap to get back to the quarterback, Phil.
You don't see the lob snap from the shotgun very often, but actually Bridgewater, lucky he wasn't down on a knee when he caught that. It was very close, but good job of getting it to Ali.
It's going to be 3rd down and 6. Coming up, Major Ali, 4 carries, 9 yards on the afternoon. He had that big reception that set up the Saints touchdown. He's got 2 receptions for 65 yards in the game. 3rd down and 6 for Carroll College from the 29-yard line. Bridgewater over the middle, passes, caught and moved the chains. That's a 1st down, and making the catch was Joe Ferris. And what a bullet from Bridgewater right between 2 defenders.
Yep, and a good job by Ferris. They're sitting down in the hole of that zone defense for the Bulldogs, but Bridgewater showing excellent arm strength there.
Showed the strength of his arm. Bridgewater right over the middle. He had to thread that, and that's exactly what he did. It's 1st down and 10. The Saints get a new set of downs. They work from the 43-yard line. Bridgewater to Major Ali. Ali with a big hole. Ali up to the 45-yard line. And a gain of 12. He had 4 carries for 9 yards. His first big run from scrimmage for Major Ali.
Well, you can see here on the run there, good job sticking the foot in the ground by Ali and getting north and south, chewing up yardage in a hurry, brought down there by Orm, but not until he gets into Bulldog territory at the 46-yard line.
Inside the Bulldogs territory, 10 minutes and 40 seconds left to be played. Here in the first half, 14-7. Bulldogs out on top. They go on the ground again. A gain of only about a yard.
Yeah, good job stacking it up there in the middle. Number 96 off the bottom of the pile for the Bulldogs. That is Aragon and Jason Ferris as well on the bottom of that pile.
It's going to be 2nd down and 9 for the Saints. The Bulldogs have taken the lead. They lead 14-7. Mounts to the right side. 2nd down and long. Bridgewater right over the middle, and that pass is dropped by Tony Collins. Collins was open.
Yeah, that was a good throw there by Bridgewater, too. Good job, Jackson Thompson, making sure that Collins does not make the catch, but that one, Collins needs that one back. That was a good play there from Bridgewater.
Bridgewater 4 of 9 in this game. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. They work from the 45-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the right side for the Saints. Bridgewater is going to take the snap. He's going to roll right, almost goes down. Bridgewater keeps his feet. Pass is caught. Joe Ferris, and that's going to be a 1st down. How about that athletic play from the quarterback, Devin Bridgewater? Phil, this guy ran all over the place.
Yeah, and credit him stepping up in the pocket. Great pocket awareness here. Looked like Casado had him in the backfield, but steps up and makes an accurate throw up in the front of the pocket, and good job coming back for the football there is Ferris.
Boy, what a game. Game number 1. The Bulldogs picked 3rd in the conference. Carroll College picked number 6. 1st down and 10 Saints. From the Bulldogs 35-yard line, Major Ali cuts left, caught from behind. Ali dives forward for a gain of a couple. He is not easy to bring down.
No, that low center of gravity. Schulte and Jason Ferris in on the tackle. No surprise. We're going to call those 2 names a lot today for the Bulldog defense.
It's going to be 2nd down and 8. The Bulldogs out on top, 14-7. Under 9 minutes left to be played in the first half. Game number 1 for both these teams. And they kick off with a big Frontier Conference game. 2nd down and 9. Bridgewater looking right, flushed out, rolls left, throws on the run. Is the pass caught? No. 3rd down and long coming up here for Carroll College. And you got to wonder, Phil, from their position, will they go for it on 4th down? Bridgewater Threw it on the run to the left sideline, and the receiver unable to make the catch.
Yeah, that's Kyle Pierce. Probably should have had that one. That was a good throw there away from the defender from Bridgewater. And you're right, Rocky, they're kind of in the no man's land. Do you go for it? Do you try a long field goal? Do you punt it? I have a suspicion if they don't gain anything on this one, we might see a 4th down try here from Carroll College.
3rd down and long. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. And the Bulldogs crowd getting excited. Bridgewater airs it out to the right side, right through the hands of his receiver. It would have been enough for the 1st down. Jaden Harrison, the intended receiver, and Jaden was covered well.
That was a perfect throw from Bridgewater. That one, Harrison's got to make that catch. Carroll College was 6 of 7 for 3rd down conversions until that play. It should have been 7 of 8. Bridgewater, very surprised with the arm strength here we've seen from Devin Bridgewater here in this first half.
They take a timeout. It would be a 51-yard field goal attempt. I think the Bulldogs are going to go for it when they come back from this timeout. We'll be back right after this.
We're here to help anybody out who's trying to quit any form of tobacco. If you use cigarettes, if you use chew, dip, e-cigarettes.
I myself used to be a smoker. I'm like, I know what you're going through.
We ask you a series of questions to make sure that we're meeting your needs and concerns.
We talk about your stress, what your cravings are.
Slips and relapses are definitely a normal part of the quitting process.
We don't see that as a complete failure. We want to make sure you learn from that.
And that's why having a coach is so essential to quitting.
Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
At Wayland Tire, it's service first, quality always. So stop in today and let us find the right set of Michelin tires for you. If you value longevity, check out the Michelin Defender family, Michelin's longest lasting family of tires on the road. Whether you drive a car, minivan, SUV, or truck, you'll be able to do more for more miles. Come visit our team of experts at Wayland Tire so we can match you with the right tire for the way you drive.
Wayland Tire, we know tires.
This is the nimble Chevy Trax, the versatile Chevy Equinox, the stylish all-new Chevy Blazer, and the roomy Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. The Chevy family of SUVs. No matter what you're looking for in an SUV, Chevy's got you covered.
Current competitive owners get over $6,500 below MSRP on this well-equipped Equinox. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
Down to 9, the Saints are going for it. Pass is complete. That's going to be a 1st down. Sipes made the catch. When you got to get a 1st down on 4th down, Sipes is the man you want to see be your receiver. 33 receptions, 586 yards a year ago. Phil, how big was this on 4th down and long?
Well, Devin Bridgewater growing up right before our eyes here in this first half, but 4th and 9, Purcell shows the confidence he has in Bridgewater. Credit the front 5 for the Saints giving Devin Bridgewater all day to throw.
1st down and 10, 30-yard line. Major Ali will try the left side. And Major Ali gets a couple. It's going to be 2nd down and long. What a great game. The season opener for both these teams. The Bulldogs come in as the 25th ranked team in the nation. For the Saints of Carroll College, a new era with head coach Troy Purcell. Just their 3rd head coach in 49 seasons. Kind of like Kansas basketball.
Yeah, no kidding. That's, you're following 2 legends here as Coach Purcell in Coach Petrino and Coach Van Diest, but he's showing he deserves to be here in this first half. An excellent job by Coach Troy Purcell and the Fighting Saints.
It's going to be 2nd down and 7 from the 17-yard line. Bridgewater stays in the pocket. Bridgewater to Sipes. Is that a touchdown? No.
Looks like he's pushed out at the 1. They really like that matchup, Sipes against Jackson Thompson. They've worked it a few times here, have the Saints on this drive.
And this is going to be a quick huddle, too. Devin Bridgewater, Sipes makes a great catch. They're going to go on the ground to Major Ali. And Ali does not get in. Major Ali stopped on about the 1 foot line.
Well, the Bulldog defense is going to make it tough to punch it in the end zone here inside the 2-yard line. Inside the 1 now. Looks like it's about the 6-inch line from up here. It's very close to the goal line.
I think it's going to be a quarterback keep here. 6:20 left to be played in the first half. Devin Bridgewater is going to come under center for the first time this afternoon. He comes off right tackle, and that forward progression gets him in. And the Saints have made it a 1-point game. Quarterback keep Bridgewater with the 1-yard touchdown run.
Well, and credit Devin Bridgewater in this Carroll offense. You can see on the replay, good push up front by the front 5. Easily scoring on the quarterback keeper is Bridgewater, but the Saints go down 14-7 from the heavily favored Bulldogs and quickly answer back with an excellent time-consuming drive and hit pay dirt here by the 1-yard run from Devin Bridgewater.
PAT snap back to hold. The kick is up, and this game is tied at 14 all.
Well, in a fourth and 9 conversion there.
Whether you live in town, out on the farm, or a cozy cabin nestled in the woods, wherever you call home or choose to locate your business, Woodpecker Technologies has great options for your high-speed internet. Based in Montana, we provide quality service to communities and businesses throughout the state. For high-speed internet anywhere, call Woodpecker Technologies at 406-461-1941 or visit us online at woodpeckertech.com.
This is my leash, and this is my life. I go nowhere without the oxygen. If I run out of oxygen at all for any length of time, panic sets in. I lost a lot of freedom. I want to go swimming. I want to go walking down the street. A lot of things I'd love to do with my kids and grandkids, I just can't do because this is literally my life. Every decision you make, you will base on how much energy and how much oxygen it takes. Your life is no longer your own.
This is the nimble Chevy Trax, the versatile Chevy Equinox, the stylish all-new Chevy Blazer, and the roomy Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. The Chevy family of SUVs. No matter what you're looking for in an SUV, Chevy's got you covered.
Current competitive owners get over $6,500 below MSRP on this well-equipped Equinox. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
Make sure you thank the sponsors like the Montana Chevy dealers for making this telecast possible. Rocky Erickson alongside Phil Willett. Coming up on the Opportunity Bank halftime show, Lindsay Woolley, the women's basketball coach that won a national championship. And then we'll visit with Bill Wilson, the athletic director here at Montana Western. How about that national championship? I was there that night. That was thrilling to see a Frontier Conference team, a Montana team, win the national title.
Yeah, I was at the Metro as well, and what a moment for this university and Coach Lindsay Woolley and his Lady Bulldogs. And how about Brianna King?
She's the greatest.
The best player in the country, no doubt about it, in the NAIA last year.
Bulldogs on the return, and they get out near the 30-yard line. I got to tell you about my favorite high school football player. Just got a text from his dad, Brody Grebe, from tiny Melstone, Montana. Brody Grebe played football for the Roundup Melstone Co-op. He was a finalist for the Gatorade Player of the Year. He averaged 30 points a game in basketball. Could not decide whether he wanted to play basketball or football at the college level, so he went to a prep school, Choate Rosemary Hall in New Haven, Connecticut. And in his first game going on right now, he's already got 2 interceptions. First down and 10. The Bulldogs will keep it on the ground. Brody Grebe's already been offered to go to Yale and Harvard. Now, Phil, I know you had that opportunity out of Venice. You could have went to either Yale or Harvard, but isn't that amazing?
Oh, hey, obviously a tremendous athlete, but obviously as well a tremendous student. And
you got to be smart to go to those Ivy League schools. I heard.
You do have to be fairly smart, from what they say. Yep.
You wouldn't see me there.
Awesome opportunity for Brody Grebe.
2nd down and 8. Snap back. John throws on the run. Pass is caught. And making the catch, Benedict again. And to move the chains, another 1st down for the Bulldogs.
Well, and that's an excellent throw rolling to his left. John makes it look easy, but rolling to your left when you're a right-handed quarterback is not an easy thing to do. As you can see here in the replay after the play action fake, gets his shoulders turned and fires a strike to Benedict on the near sideline.
It's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 39-yard line for the Bulldogs. 2 wide receivers split out wide to the right side. John got time to throw, and the intended receiver on the play was Hermanson, but there was great coverage there, but that ball was thrown out of bounds to keep the defender from getting his hands on it.
Yeah, and that thing had some smoke on it as well. That was throw it where only your guy can get it, but great coverage there by Isaiah King for the Saints. And Hermanson, that could have taken somebody's fingers off if they got in the way of that laser from Jund.
It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the 39-yard line. This game is tied at 14. Long count. John's going to keep it. The quarterback, and John barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
I believe that's number 8 for the Saints on the tackle. That's Colin Sassano.
You can see the trouble we have with the numbers, folks. That is the Carroll College uniform numbers. That is not easy at all.
Yeah, the white jerseys with the light gold numbers is not a good combo for commentators.
Not as bad as those Bozeman jerseys you showed me from last night's game in the mud.
Yeah, a picture from my nephew. It was a mud bowl there in Van Winkle Stadium.
It's going to be 3rd down and 9. John back to throw, wide open. Make the catch across midfield. Hermanson keeps the drive alive on 3rd down and long, and Hermanson was simply wide open on that play, makes the corner, and gets out to the 50-yard line.
Well, credit Hermanson there. He was short of the 1st down when he made the catch, but put his shoulder down to make sure he moves the sticks, and right on the midfield stripe.
John 6 of 11, 76 yards of the game. The Bulldogs right at midfield late in the 1st half. This game is tied at 14.
Jamison Hermanson having an excellent 1st half in his bounce-back game from the knee injury from last season.
John back to throw, pass complete. Close to yet another 1st down. Trey Montz, the sophomore out of Belgrade, making the catch. He had 13 receptions a year ago.
Yeah, and a good job by Mounts tapping those toes on the near sideline. It looked in the live play that he was out of bounds, but he does a good job toe tapping here on the Bulldog sideline.
2nd down and 4 from the 43-yard line. Bulldogs trying to break this tie before the half comes to an end. Mounts again. Mounts with a great move, then gets hit hard, and brought down. A short gain, maybe a gain of a yard on that pass completion.
Well, credit Isaiah King for keeping Mounts corralled until his teammates, number 94, Kokab, could clean up the action there, but excellent job of pursuit by the Fighting Saint defense.
It's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Bulldogs. From the 42-yard line, 2:43 left to be played. Here in the 1st half, 4 wide receivers are set to go out on 3rd down and short. John looking right, airs it out. That was partially tipped at the line, incomplete. They're not going to go for it on 4th down either, are they?
Well, I wouldn't
Let's see if this was tipped or not. I believe it was.
Well, and John missed the read there. He had Hermanson out on the right flat, wide open, and tried to force it in there to Sentman. And it just probably the first time we've seen a missed read from John here in this first half of play.
Lima. is back to punt. Carroll's going to have a chance with their 2-minute offense to break this 14-14 tie before our Opportunity Bank halftime show. Whoa, the kicker is hit. I do not see a flag. Nice punt down near the 5-yard line. So the punter's taken out, but there's no flag.
No flag. It's interesting. I couldn't tell if it was actually a hit or if that was just good acting job there by Lima, but Carroll College coming after this punt. Trying to get the block.
They came strong. Lima gets the punt off.
An Academy Award there for Lima, I think.
It could be.
Carroll's coming all guns a-blazing trying to block that punt. So credit Lima with an excellent punt. The Bulldogs couldn't keep it inside the 5-yard line.
Goes in the end zone. Saints will bring it out. 2:18 left to be played. Here with the first half. We'll visit with Lindsey Woolley and Bill Wilson at halftime on the Opportunity Bank halftime report. On first down, Major Ali runs into one of his blockers. Ali, gain of about 3, does not get tackled, just gets held up.
Yeah, good job of Ali getting all he can get out of that one. Like you said, he will not go down. He's such a strong runner and the low center of gravity, just difficult to bring to the turf.
It's going to be 2nd down and 6, under 2 minutes left to be played in the first half. The 25th ranked Bulldogs up against the Saints of Carroll College. And Phil Willett's got to go down and award somebody a football at halftime, and that's Major Ali again, and Major Ali, a gain of about 3 yards. Mitch Orm on the tackle on a Wayland Tire replay. Ali cut to the left side before he is brought down. Jason Ferris also on the tackle. A timeout with 1 minute, 24 seconds left to be played. Here in the first half, this game is tied at 14.
Bulldog fans, today's halftime contest is Flying Rubber Chickens. You'll have a chance to win some Bulldog swag. If you have ticket number.
Coming up on the Opportunity Bank halftime show, a visit with Lindsey Woolley, the women's basketball coach. They won the national championship.
175.
A minute 22 left to be played here in the first half. We are tied at 14. The Saints with the football. It's going to be 3rd down and short. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 for Carroll College. They did not know. Nobody knew who their starting quarterback was going to be. Bridgewater has started. He's 7 of 15 for 132 yards. And 3rd down and short here for Carroll College to keep this drive alive. Bridgewater will throw on 3rd down and short. Major Ali makes the catch. Major Ali out across the 40 and move the chains. Big 3rd down play. Mitch Orem made the tackle for the Bulldogs. Wow. On 3rd down and short. Major Ali, look how wide open Ali was on the Wayland Tire replay. So the Saints, they've got 58 yards to go with a minute 23. The game is tied at 14. Game number 1 for both these teams. Sipes split out wide to the right side. 3 wide receivers up on top. Bridgewater looking right, flushed out, throws on the run, and the catch is made by Harrison. Out of bounds to stop the clock after a 5-yard gain. I believe it's Cicado that made the tackle. Hermison on the catch. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. The Saints 2 yards short of midfield here. Kyle Pierce up on top. 1:16 left to be played in the first half. Bridgewater looking right. That was almost picked off. Jason Ferris almost had the interception. And the intended receiver was Joe Ferris. And now it's going to be 3rd down for the Saints. A year ago, the Bulldogs won both games against Carroll College. Montana Western started the season 6-1 before they lost their last 3 games of the regular season. It took them out of making the postseason playoffs. 3rd down and 5. 2 yards short of midfield. The crowd's getting loud here on 3rd down. Bridgewater, look at the time. And Bridgewater scrambles left. Bridgewater will run. Bridgewater gets the first down. How about Devin Bridgewater? What a scramble. And the Saints keep their drive alive. Devin, how about that offensive line? Look at the time Bridgewater has. He gets flushed out. And watch number 33, Jason Ferris, come on your screen. Ferris looking to knock him down, and Bridgewater decided, you know what, I think I'm going to go out of bounds before I get hit by the Frontier Conference Defensive Player of the Year. And the Saints, they're 48 yards away with 61 seconds left to be played here in the first half. Bridgewater got time again. Sipes the 40. Sipes to the 34-yard line. And the Saints are moving that football. Troy Purcell, game 1 for Coach Purcell, replaces the Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest. 20 years for Mike Van Diest, 203 wins and just 54 losses. Bridgewater was looking left. Then he dumped it out to Sipes on the right side. A great run after the catch. It's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 35-yard line. 53 seconds left. A lot of time. 2 timeouts left. Bridgewater, the pocket collapses. Bridgewater will throw on the run. It's incomplete. The intended receiver was Joe Ferris. Clock will be stopped. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 2 evenly matched teams. 206 yards of offense in the first half for Montana Western. 226 for the Saints of Carroll College. And now it's going to be 2nd down and 10 from the 35-yard line. 47 seconds left to be played here in the first half. High snap. Bridgewater gets it off. His receiver goes down, can't make the catch. That's going to be Joe Ferris again. Another big 3rd down play coming up. Bridgewater, 10 of 21, 162 yards here in the first half for Bridgewater. The 5'11", 185-pound sophomore quarterback from Eagle, Idaho. Well, from the 35, look for the Saints to go for it. They come up short here on 3rd down. 2 very evenly matched teams to kick off this Frontier Conference season. Kyle Pierce will go to the left side. And now the Saints will take a timeout. They've got 1 left, 42 seconds to go. This game is tied at 42. Coming up at
Bulldog fans, don't forget to visit the concession stand to ease those hunger pains.
In the Army National Guard, you'll serve part-time to be ready to respond at all times. You'll train to master the skills and equipment used to keep the nation secure and its enemies on the run. You'll learn to be a leader and a member of a team. Become part of a time-honored tradition of vigilance and selfless service. Find your adventure at NationalGuard.com.
Hi there. It's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing since 1952.
Only at the University of Montana Western. Experience One. Experiential learning, one course at a time. One course for 18 days, a 4-day break, and on to the next 18-day course. Focused, intense, effective. Only at Montana Western. Experience you. Experience us. Experience One. Visit umwestern.edu or call us today, 1-877-683-7331.
.42 seconds left to be played here in the first half. The Saints are down to 1 timeout. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. Bridgewater, 10 of 21 through the air. He's got 4 wide receivers set to go on. I look for him to go for it. They come up short here. Sipes to the right side. He dumps it out. Pass is caught by Hermanson. Gets down to the 5-yard line. A shuffle pass. That's Jaden Harrison. Jaden Harrison made that catch. Wow. Little shuffle pass to Harrison on 3rd down and 10. Check this out. You got to love this. Bridgewater, shuffle pass, Harrison, nice run after the catch, all the way down near that 5-yard line. And Hutcherson saved a touchdown. And now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 6. 32 seconds left to be played here in the first half. 3 wide receivers left side. Bridgewater's going to roll in that direction. Throws on the run. It's incomplete. Sipes, the intended receiver.
Bridgewater's pass incomplete to 6.
Boy, oh boy. What an exciting first half of college football here. The Saints trying to take the lead into the locker room at halftime. It's going to be 2nd down and goal from the 6-yard line. And Major Ali is not in the lineup. And now there's 5 wide receivers. Devin Bridgewater looking left. He goes over the middle. It's deflected out. And what a huge defensive play that was. Mitch Orm. Mitch Orm came up big. Check this out. Bridgewater looking left, then tosses it over the middle, and Orm probably should have had that one for a pick. And that was going to be 3rd down and goal. And the Saints have been spectacular on 3rd downs here as of late. How about 9 of 11 on 3rd down conversions this afternoon? It's 3rd and goal. Bridgewater looking left, got a receiver, he overthrew him, and that was Sipes. And now it's 4th down. Will the kicking unit come on here? They're going to attempt a field goal. Josh Kraft to take the lead. To hold is Henderson. This will be a 23-yard field goal attempt. A 23-yard field goal attempt that would give the Saints the lead. Snap back, the hold is down, the kick is up, and that is perfect. And Carroll College has taken the lead with 14 seconds left to be played in the first half here. That is huge. 17-14, Carroll has the lead back up against the 25th ranked team in the nation. the Bulldogs of Montana Western. Coming up on our halftime report, we'll interview Lindsay Woolley, head women's basketball coach that won a national championship. Also visit with Bill Wilson, athletic director at Montana Western. Western, the Bulldogs have 2 timeouts, but with 14 seconds left, I think they're just going to go to the locker room here. What an exciting first half of college football from Vigilante Stadium. 255 yards for the Saints, 206 yards for Montana Western. 12 first down for the Saints, 10 for the Bulldogs. How about the Saints? 9 of 12 on third down conversions this afternoon. That's spectacular. Saints on the kickoff. And the kickoff from the 3-yard line. Fair catch is called for. It'll be interesting to see what changes are made when the second half gets underway. What a great first half. 2 competitive teams, so similar. Bit of a defensive first half as well. 2 big plays made the difference. Here comes Montana Western Bulldogs on offense with 14 seconds left to be played in the half. They might air this out. They got 4 wide receivers set to go out. John, he will air it out, and the pass is caught. Nate Simpkins, he's got a touchdown reception. Wow. When you think they would take a knee, they're also going to take a timeout. Simpkins out of Dillon made the catch at the 45-yard line. He played in 3 state high school championship games for Dillon. They won 2 state titles. And in Montana Western, well, they're just not satisfied at all. Being down by 3 at the break, they're trying to get some points on the scoreboard here. You got to love that. Wow. It's going to be first down and 10 for the 46-yard line. They're going to have to get a completion of about 35 yards to be in field goal range. But Mark Karchenko was good from 51 a year ago. He had 12 field goals last year. So to get in his range, they got to get to the 35-yard line. And time running out. John flushed out of the pocket. He'll throw on the run. It's incomplete. Now you got 4 seconds left to be played. 4 seconds left. And the Bulldogs will line up for one more play. The Saints playing prevent. They got 2 defensive backs back at the 20-yard line. We're going to see a Hail Mary here for John. And then a reverse. And then a lateral. Then another lateral. John scrambles and scrambles and scrambles and still on his feet. Check that out. He eludes the sack, but then he gets taken down. And there's a late flag. 17-14. The Saints lead, and Carroll's not happy. Boy, John eludes that sack. Then somebody else comes up, gets by that defender, and then he gets taken out. And then a push by a Bulldog player. So is it halftime or will there be one more play? I think it's halftime. They head to the locker room. Carroll College out on top, 17-14. Halftime in game number 1.
At Wayland Tire, it's service first, quality always. Performance, pride, and passion. 3 things that define the rich legacy of BF Goodrich Tires and the lasting partnership that we've shared over the years. Like the ever-popular BF Goodrich KO2 tire and all the Advantage TA line of tires, stop in and talk to your local performance experts at Wayland Tire and get set up with the right type of tires from the company that invented performance, BF Goodrich.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
This is the nimble Chevy Trax, the versatile Chevy Equinox, the stylish all-new Chevy Blazer, and the roomy Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. The Chevy family of SUVs. No matter what you're looking for in an SUV, Chevy's got you covered.
Current competitive owners get over $6,500 below MSRP on this well-equipped Equinox. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
On February 10th, I had my last drink and have been sober ever since. When I was in treatment for alcohol, they sort of told me not to worry too much about the smoking, and I definitely found myself writing that excuse for a long time. About 5 months later, I also quit smoking. Quitting smoking is possible. Quitting drinking is possible, and the life that you get to have afterwards is so much better.
Halftime at Vigilante Stadium in Dillon, game number 1. And what a great first half. The Saints of Carroll College out on top of Montana Western, 17-14. Several people wearing T-shirts that say National Champions. That's because last March at Montana's largest basketball arena, Metro Park, the Lady Bulldogs of Montana Western won the NAIA National Championship. We're with their head coach, Lindsey Woolley. Coach, has it sunk in yet? National champions.
Yeah, I did a little bit over the summertime. Unfortunately, it's time to get back to work.
Brianna King, the National Player of the Year. What's the latest on Brianna King?
Well, she's got a year of school left, so she's going to finish up her health and human performance degree and then hopefully look towards the future, potentially playing somewhere overseas.
How does that help in recruiting when you win a national championship?
It's a good question. I'm not sure that you see it necessarily the first year. So obviously most of your recruiting's done throughout the year. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens kind of as we look towards next year and then the following year, how it helps. Hopefully we can follow it up with some more success.
How special was that you win a national title in Montana in Billings?
I don't think you could ask to do it in a better place. I think it was really special for our kids to be able to have family, friends, classmates, peers. Obviously, it was a great crowd, and so to be able to do it in Billings was really special.
How good is Frontier Conference basketball?
Well, I think top to bottom, I don't think there's any question it's the best league in the country. You know, every now and then you have other leagues that have really good 1, 2, 3, 4 teams, but us 1 through 7, it's every night you got to be ready to play, and I think that definitely prepares you for postseason play.
Lindsey Woolley, the head coach of the women's basketball program at Montana Western. They are the national champions. We'll be back with more right after this.
Since before the birth of America, the Army National Guard has stood ready to answer the call to defend and protect the nation. Army National Guard soldiers share in an enduring commitment to serve their state in times of crisis and defend their nation in times of conflict. The men and women of the Army National Guard serve part-time in their own communities and have a stake in its continued security. To learn all about the benefits of becoming a soldier in the Army National Guard, visit nationalguard.com.
Montana. We're proud to say it's where we live and where we work. We're so much more than pretty scenery. We are all hardworking, resilient, and resourceful. The vibe is different here. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking.
It was Christmas Eve when my customer called to let me know that my building was on fire.
My heart sank. It was a total loss.
My first concern was my employees and my clients. We've had this family business for more than 40 years. Payne West moved quickly.
Within 2 weeks, Payne West arranged a payment so Ron could start rebuilding his business.
And I am proud to say that I met every customer commitment that was made prior to the fire.
We experience what you experience. Payne West Insurance.
Head coach Lindsey Woolley had to leave our interview short because he had to go out on the football field with his team. And here at Montana Western, they just honored that national championship. We're joined by Athletic Director Bill Wilson. How special was that moment in March in Billings when your women's basketball team captured the national crown?
Well, Rocky, a couple of things. I mean, it was so special to our university, and you know, some of the recognition that comes with winning a national championship. But we just have such great kids in the program, and they fought so hard during the tournament. It was really special for me personally. It was extra special as well. I coached for over 22 years. Was a head coach women's basketball at the college level for 16 years, and when you hang up your whistle, you know, the last time, and you think, boy, I really wish I could have had an opportunity to win a ring, and so. You know, now to have an opportunity to just follow along and sit on the bandwagon with them as they won a national championship was especially important to me and special.
When you came back from Billings from that national championship, what was the attitude like in Dillon and on campus at Montana Western?
Well, you know, when they rolled into town the next day, they had a police escort and fire truck escort, and then the next day, it was a parade on some fire trucks. And funny story, I saw the girls working out in the spring, you know, and I saw them. And it was just a couple weeks after all the tournament. And I said, you know, I didn't recognize you guys without your fire trucks. So the atmosphere was great. This town is so supportive of the Bulldogs. And to bring something like that to them and share with them was just an awesome experience.
How about the job Billings did, the chamber, in hosting that national event?
Yeah, and this was my second year to be able to go. You know, we got as far as the Final Four, as you know, last season, and they do such a tremendous job there. What a great facility. The people are fantastic. They're supportive. It was, you know, again, special for us for the last 2 years because we get that far, and if you're the last Montana team left, even the people that work in the facility are like, this is my team, you know, and so it's a pretty special thing.
When you build a statue for Brianna King, I will come speak during that presentation.
You know, and you already know this, you've been in this a long time. You have to be lucky to win a national championship. You know, you've got to work hard. A lot of things have to go your way. You got to get a call once in a while. Everybody's got to stay healthy. And you got to make a big shot during the tournament, right? And of course, Bree King makes that the little side away from the corner in the semifinal, which was huge. But for her to step up the way she did in that final those four last two games was just it was a treat to watch.
When you tell people, Bill, you're the athletic director at Montana Western in Dillon, Montana, how do you describe your campus? How do you describe your city?
Well, I've spent the majority of my career in towns about this size and at institutions about this size. And so, you know, the thing that I try to tell people that for me, I've never seen this kind of support in a town this size. And so we get a tremendous amount of support from the community, not just financially, but people show up. I mean, you look at today, and we've got a packed house today, and it's a beautiful day. But one of the other things that we talk quite a bit about is the people that are here and the people that are at our university that genuinely care about the success of our students. not just our student athletes, it's our students overall. And everyone there is genuinely interested in helping them getting their degree. It's a neat thing.
What are you most proud about Montana Western athletics?
Well, I think the first thing I point to is our student athletes. And, we have great young people that compete hard. I think they do it in a very sporting way, which is what we expect. I think they're supportive of each other. They approach their academics, I think, with the same intensity that they do with their athletics. We had an overall team grade point average last year of 3.24 for the entire department. It means a lot to them, and that's the first thing I point at. And we have a great staff. We have a tremendous staff that work really hard, and it just comes back to the people.
The future of Montana Western athletics. I hear a rumor of a possible new football complex.
Yeah, we're at the early stages of a capital campaign to raise money for that project, and it's something that we've got it off the ground and running right now. We're really excited about it. I think it's something that I've said since I've been here, that it's not just our supporters deserve a facility like that. It's not just about our football program. Sure, it's going to help recruiting. Coach Norris, he's a grad, he's a guy, he's vested. Sure, all those things are great, but it really gives a great venue for the people that support us as well. And so we're really excited about that. And it's a venue that'll be on campus and make a huge difference, I think, to the overall feel of our campus.
Well, Bill, congratulations on your success at Montana Western, and keep up the great work.
Well, Rocky, I appreciate it. We appreciate you being here.
Halftime at the Vigilante Stadium in Dillon. The Saints of Carroll College out on top of the Bulldogs, 17-14.
Only at the University of Montana Western. Experience one. Experiential learning, one course at a time. One course for 18 days, a 4-day break, and on to the next 18-day course. Focused, intense, effective. Only at Montana Western. Experience you. Experience us. Experience one. Visit umwestern.edu or call us today, 1-877-683-7331.
Enjoy the comfort and amenities at the Heritage Inn in Great Falls. Free shuttle rides to and from the airport is just the beginning. With on-site amenities like the Max Casino Sports Bar and Restaurant, beautiful indoor heated pool and jacuzzi, 24-hour front desk, and workout center, you may just find yourself never leaving the hotel during your visit. In addition, our rooms feature larger-sized beds, cable TV, free high-speed internet, and much more. Enjoy your stay at the Heritage Inn.
There's a place where higher education starts at a higher elevation and rises from there. Located in the heart of the Rockies, Carroll College raises the bar with small classes taught by award-winning professors, more than 60 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs, and year-round outdoor fun over every horizon. Carroll College, aspire to go higher.
And welcome back to the Opportunity Bank Halftime Report. Phil Willett and Rocky Erickson. You saw Rocky interviewing National Championship head coach Lindsey Woolley and University of Montana Western Athletic Director Bill Wilson. Phil Willett here with some halftime statistics, again brought to you by Opportunity Bank. First of all, for the Carroll College Fighting Saints, on the scoreboard, 17 points, 12 first downs for the Saints in the first half. 45 offensive plays for 255 yards of offense. So this offense that really struggled last year with Carroll College came out and had an excellent first half there for Carroll College. 9 of 12 on third down conversions. That's the story of the first half here. The Bulldog defense just could not get off the field on third down. 1 for 1 on fourth down conversions were Carroll College. So again, that's the key to the game, is getting off the field on third down and fourth down for the Bulldog defense. Carroll College just extending their drives, long drives on big plays on third down there from Devin Bridgewater. Rushing the ball, Carroll College 18 carries for 54 yards in the first half. A touchdown for Devin Bridgewater and a touchdown for Matthew Burgess, who opened up the scoring there in the first quarter on the 3-yard touchdown run. Major Ali, the leading rusher for the Saints, 12 carries, 37 yards, or 3.1 yards per carry. Devin Bridgewater in the first half. We didn't know who was going to be the quarterback. He's gone the entire way for the Saints, and I'm sure he's going to continue to do that. He's really extended plays on third down and given his team an opportunity. You can see there 11 of 25 for 195 yards, or 191 yards passing for Bridgewater in the first half. Major Ali was the leading receiver, 3 catches, 77 yards. He had the key 63-yard screenplay on the first drive to set up that first touchdown. Shane Sipes, the leading receiver returning for the Saints on the season from a year ago, 4 catches, 55 yards in the first half. Jaden Harrison, 2 catches, 35 yards. For the Bulldogs in the first half, 216 total yards of offense, 11 first downs, 9 minutes and 19 seconds with the time of possession. So Carroll College completely controlled the time of possession, heavily due to that 9 for 12 third down conversions. Leading rusher for the Bulldogs, ironically, in the first half is Walker McKittrick with 43 yards on the end-around play. Kyler Pronte had 5 carries for 27 yards in the first half, and John Jund 8 carries for 16 yards. The team for the Bulldogs, 15 carries for 88 yards there in the first half. John Jund passing the ball 12 of 19 in the first half, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns via the air for John Jund. 1 touchdown catch by Nate Simpkins, and Jamison Hermanson with the other touchdown reception.
9 of 12 on third down conversions.
9 of 12.
Are you kidding me?
And a 1-for-1 on fourth down for the Saints. That's obviously the story of the first half here for this football game. Hermanson, 4 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown there in the first half. Simpkins, 2 catches, 35 yards, and a touchdown. Look
at those numbers, though, Phil. I mean, 255 total yards for Carroll, 216 for Montana Western, 17-14 in the scoreboard. How is it possible for two teams to be so evenly matched?
Oh, boy, it's been a great first half of play. And, we talked about the Carroll offense really struggling last year. Well, I think they found their quarterback, Devin Bridgewater. He makes things happen with his feet in the pocket. Like we said, 9 for 12 from third down conversions. That's unheard of.
Very impressive for the Saints of Carroll College and Montana Western. Both teams are playing well. Hasn't been that many penalties. We haven't had any turnovers. So will there be any adjustments here in the second half? What do you think?
Well, I think, if I was Western's defensive coordinator, Rob Good, he's been sitting back in coverage on third down and letting Bridgewater sit back in the pocket, then run around and make a play, rushing 3, dropping 8 in coverage. You can't ask your secondary to cover that long. I think we might see some pressure put on third down situations for Western. Carroll College, I'm quite honestly, I'm shocked the quarterback play of Devin Bridgewater when it was in doubt who was going to be the quarterback. So I think we're going to see a lot more of Devin Bridgewater making plays with his feet. They've tried to establish Major Ali. He's only averaging 3 yards a carry, so that's been a tough road to hoe. But control the ball is Carroll College MO here in the second half. Again, they had almost 19 minutes of time of possession. So I think Troy Purcell is going to continue to try to push these long drives.
And they said Bridgewater couldn't throw, and he's got 191 yards in the first half, but a big gain on that little screen pass to Major Ali for a big, big gain. Every game is huge. I mean, every game is a conference game. Every game is big. And, with the national polls, you don't want to lose this opening game.
No, you cannot lose at home if you're the Bulldogs. It's, you might get in the playoffs with 2 losses. You definitely won't get in the playoffs with 3 losses. And you can't afford a slip-up on a team that you're heavily favored over. So, Western coming in ranked number 3 in the preseason polls as far as the Frontier Conference, and Carroll 7th. So this would obviously be a huge upset if Carroll can hold on this second half.
And to win on the road. We'll take a final timeout. We'll come back with quarter number 3 from Vigilante Stadium in Dillon.
Montana. We are lucky to call it home. Discovery and adventures are around every corner of our state. The vibe is different here. When looking for a local, homegrown Montana bank, Look no further. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking.
This uniform symbolizes living up to a higher standard. To the Army National Guard soldier, earning it represents a commitment to a nearly 4th-century tradition of vigilance. To don this uniform in the Army National Guard is to be a guardian of freedom in the American way of life. Join us in a timeless tradition of selfless service at NationalGuard.com.
It was Christmas Eve when my customer called to let me know that my building was on fire.
My heart sank. It was a total loss.
My first concern was my employees and my clients. We've had this family business for more than 40 years. Payne West moved quickly.
Within 2 weeks, Payne West arranged a payment so Ron could start rebuilding his business.
And I am proud to say that I met every customer commitment that was made prior to the fire.
We experience what you experience. Payne West Insurance.
All right, Phil, why is sports so good in Dillon? I mean, look at Dillon basketball, Dillon football, the success for Montana Western. Is it in the water? What is it that makes their athletic team so successful?
Well, the high school has certainly been a run of excellent coaches.
And there's no Terry Thomas statue yet. What's
no,
up with that?
I'm surprised there is not as of yet. They've had a very good run of athletes, as everyone knows. Troy Anderson at Montana State University, he's obviously the top notch, but it's been a run of just an excellent core of coaches for a long period of time.
The Saints will get the football short kick to start this second half. And on the return is Harrison, gets out near the 30-yard line. So the Saints with the lead, and now they get the football to start the second half. And, you know, another big stat that you mentioned at halftime, Phil, time of possession. Over 18 minutes for Carroll College, 9 minutes for Montana Western, and that Montana Western defense, that means they've been on the field a very long time.
Oh, and they ended the first half. You know, Carroll had a long drive to end that first half and score the field goal with 20 seconds left. So basically, back-to-back drives here for the Bulldog defense. And, yeah, 19 minutes is a long time to have a possession in one half.
Devin and Bridgewater out of the shotgun. They want to throw on first down. Sipes is open. Sipes gets it, and heavy pressure, and a flag is down on the play, and I think you may see pass interference.
Yeah, either that, right?
Maybe a hold. Where the flag is, it's got to be a hold.
James Aragon for the Bulldogs gets up with his hands in the air like somebody tackled me, and, yeah, that's the call. Number 60 is the call for Carroll College with the hold. That's Luke Condon.
I think both offensive lines have been tremendous. Western had a problem a year ago with some injuries in fall camp, a rebuilt offensive line, but they've given their quarterbacks plenty of time.
Yeah, you can't credit the front five. They only get mentioned when they have a hold like just now. But you're right, they both have been tremendous protecting the quarterbacks here today.
It's going to be first down and long. It's going to be first down and 20 from the 20-yard line. 3 wide receivers, left side, high snap. Bridgewater, they hand it off, and out near the 30-yard line for a gain of 10 is Matthew Burgess.
Well, gets all the holding yardage back, does Burgess there on the carry. Nice job again up front by the Carroll College offensive line.
Burgess with a great carry, and now it's going to be second down and 9 for the Saints. You know, and they also take a lot of time in that huddle.
Yeah, I think it's getting a little warm out there, and I think Coach Purcell wants that Western defense to stand out there and think about it in the heat for as long as he possibly can.
Second down and long. And the Bulldogs bring everybody. Pass is complete, and on the carry, Burgess, and he's got the first down. Great run after the catch for Matthew. Move the chains. And the Saints get a first down.
Well, and the Bulldogs.
That was all Burgess there.
And the Bulldogs haven't blitzed a lot, but when they have, the screen pass has been called, and Burgess get on the edge there, and Jackson Thompson maybe saved a touchdown there for the Bulldogs.
And Burgess had a couple of nice blocks as well. It's going to be first down and 10 from the 40. just underway in the third, 13-19. Left to be played.
Credit the Saints getting out of a 1st and 20 hole.
And Burgess breaks a tackle on the run. Burgess still on his feet down to the 43-yard line. Wow. A run of 17. And where's Major Ali?
We might not see Major Ali if Burgess keeps running like this. But another really good run there from Burgess, and takes a big lick and goes right through it there. That's Casado with the missed tackle.
How about a great run after the initial hit? Burgess, he's been outstanding here. It's going to be first down at 10. Another first down for the Saints. They've got the lead 17-14 early in this second half. And guess who gets the call again? Burgess, Jason Ferris on the tackle. A short gain. A gain of about 2 yards on that play. But what we have here, Phil, another long possession for Carroll College.
Yeah, really milking the clock here and running the play clock all the way down inside 10 seconds on every snap here has been Bridgewater this first possession. And as you watch the Bulldog defense, hands on the hips already here to start this third quarter.
It's going to be second down and 8 from the 42-yard line. 12 minutes left to be played. In quarter number 3 from Vigilante Stadium in Dillon, game 1 for both these teams. Bridgewater fakes the handoff. Bridgewater wants to go deep. Got a receiver. He overthrew him. Kyle Pierce was open. And Bridgewater had a little too much on that pass. And how many times this afternoon, Phil, have we seen the Saints go for the long ball?
Well, when he sees that blitz coming, he goes to the one-on-one and tried to hit the home run to Pierce there. Ferris came up the middle on a inside linebacker blitz, and Pierce had a step on the defender there for the Bulldogs. That was Hutcherson.
Pierce to the right side on third down and 8. They converted 9 out of 12 third down opportunities in the first half. Here comes a blitz. And Bridgewater eludes a sack. They're coming again. Bridgewater just had to throw that away. Bridgewater was in trouble as Pins was right there in his face. Any flag?
No flags. And, kind of what we mentioned there when you asked for adjustments, at the halftime, what could we see? And we saw on third down the Bulldogs in the first half sitting back in coverage. Not this time. They brought Pins. They brought linebackers. They were not going to let Bridgewater stand back and pick them apart.
Trey Mounts back to receive the kick. Back at the 10, 11:45 to go. Here in the third, gets the kick away. There will not be a return. Out of bounds near the 15-yard line. And finally, the Bulldogs of Montana Western will come out on offense for the first time here in the second half. Coming up next week, Montana Western in Havre against the Lights of MSU Northern. They're at Rocky today. The Lights are trying to snap a 27-game Frontier Conference losing streak. They did win their opener, a non-conference game in Phoenix up against Arizona Christian University.
Yeah, Northern, their new coach from last year, they're in the rebuilding phase too. I think he's going to do a good job there, young and energetic, and is going to build that program up there for the Lights.
And on the carry, a gain of about 5 yards on that play. Pronti, the big 220-pound back for the Bulldogs.
Well, we see some bowling ball running backs, both these teams, with Burgess, Ali, and Pronti. Short to the ground, but big legs and strong runners. All three of the guys we've seen carrying the ball today for both teams.
Second down and 5 for Montana Western. John out of the quarterback. John will air it out. Pass is caught. Was he in bounds? That's Joe Ferris, and the catch is called good. Right in front of that Montana Western bench, and that was huge.
Well, again, another one of these timing post corner routes, and you see John drop it in from the heaven here. Trey Mounts does an excellent job getting the toes down right on the near sideline, just dragging them right on the 40-yard line, and a perfect throw from Jund.
First down and 10, Bulldogs. They work from the 40-yard line And they'll pass again on first down. Mounts makes the catch.
Good coverage there by King, making sure no yak yards after catch there for Trey Mounts. And if we see a replay here, you'll see Trey Mounts catches the ball and he ducks because he sees King coming ready to take his head off. You can watch here, watch Trey Mounts catch it, and he gets to the turf in a hurry because he sees the missile coming.
It's going to be 2nd down and 4, just 3 yards short of midfield. John fakes a handoff. The ball is deflected, incomplete. Nice defensive play for the Saints, and getting that deflection is Craig Keene.
Yeah, Keene, a senior outside linebacker from Illinois, Burlington, Illinois. You don't see a lot of Illinois players in the Frontier Conference, but that was a big play because Trey Mounts was open again.
3rd down and 4 for the Bulldogs. They're down 3 early in this third quarter. John's got 2 wide receivers right side. They keep it on the ground. First down. Wow. Ponte inside Carroll College to the 45-yard line. 1st down and 10, Montana Western.
Well, you can watch here. This is the RPO action that's so in vogue in football right now. Jun just reading the backside defensive end, but look at that push by the offensive lineman, number 61 there, maybe getting away with a little bit of hold for the Bulldogs, and Prente knows where the sticks are and gets the first down.
1st down and 10, Montana Western. They work from the 46-yard line. In motion comes Ferris. Play action. John over the middle and deep to Ferris. What a catch into the end zone for a touchdown. That covers 46 yards, and the Bulldogs have taken the lead.
Well, it's the John Trey Mounts drive there for the Bulldogs. Watch what a throw from Jun to the Belgrade product, Trey Mounts. And again, we talked about Mounts in the pregame that he had a big fall camp, expecting huge things from the sophomore from Belgrade, the Panther product. And he's just a little guy, but boy, is he a speed demon down the middle of the field there. The little post route splitting the 2 deep safety look for the Saints, and a good pitch and catch.
The PAT kick is good. And it's 22-17. Our score, 21-17. The Bulldogs out on top.
Tracks. The versatile Chevy Equinox. The stylish all-new Chevy Blazer, and the roomy Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. The Chevy family of SUVs. No matter what you're looking for in an SUV, Chevy's got you covered.
Current competitive owners get over $6,500 below MSRP on this well-equipped Equinox. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
On February 10th, I had my last drink and have been sober ever since. When I was in treatment for alcohol, they sort of told me not to worry too much about the smoking, and I definitely found myself writing that excuse for a long time. About 5 months later, I also quit smoking. Quitting smoking is possible. Quitting drinking is possible, and the life that you get to have afterwards is so much better.
At Wayland Tire, it's service first, quality always. Performance, pride, and passion. 3 things that define the rich legacy of BF Goodrich Tires and the lasting partnership that we've shared over the years. Like the ever-popular BF Goodrich KO2 tire and all the Advantage TA line of tires, stop in and talk to your local performance experts at Wayland Tire and get set up with the right type of tires from the company that invented performance, BF Goodrich.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
What a great game. 21-17. It's the Montana Western Bulldogs out on top.
Well, that was a huge answer for the Bulldogs to come out of the second half, get a stop on the defensive end. Jun takes them all the way down and scores on the Trey Mounts drive there. 46-yard pitch and catch, Jun to Mounts. Mounts now 5 catches, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
Sipes will call for the fair catch, and the Saints will come out offensively, see if they can answer and get the lead back in this game.
How about that rule now in kickoffs? You can fair catch a kickoff.
Right.
It's almost like
they want to protect everybody.
Yep. The college ranks, well, all the ranks of football anymore, they're almost about ready to do away with the kickoff, I think. The NFL is certainly going that direction of how many rules are against the kicking team or the kick return team to prevent any returns.
First down and 10 for the Saints, and they keep it on the ground. And again, there's Matthew Burgess.
I'm trying to look over on the Carroll sideline to see if Major Ali is even over there, and I can't.
You can even see the numbers.
But that's true. He's so short, that would be the only way I could pick him out, though, I think, and I just don't even see him over there. But it's been Burgess in both drives here to start the second half, and he's ran hard for the Saints.
It's going to be second down and 6 for Carroll College. Kyle Pierce and Sipes to the right side. Saints led at the break, 17-14. And Bridgewater over the middle, passes caught, and making himself open as Tony Collins came out of nowhere. And Collins will get the first down.
Well, there's a lot of rain here last night. I noticed there's been a lot of slipping on the field by both teams, and both inside linebackers in their drops went to the ground.
And a quick snap, and I think that's going to go against the Bulldogs. You know, that's a problem with the grass field, and when you share the field with another team, I mean, before they got turf in Billings, you had 4 high schools playing on the field. If you got rain on a Friday night in early September, the field was gone from the 20 to the 20 for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Only at the University of Montana Western. Experience one. Experiential learning, one course at a time. One course for 18 days, a 4-day break, and on to the next 18-day course. Focused, intense, effective. Only at Montana Western. Experience you. Experience us. Experience one. Visit umwestern.edu or call us today, 1-877-683-7331.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
It was Christmas Eve when my customer called to let me know that my building was on fire.
My heart sank. It was a total loss.
My first concern was my employees and my clients. We've had this family business for more than 40 years. Payne West moved quickly.
Within 2 weeks, Payne West arranged a payment so Ron could start rebuilding his business.
And I am proud to say that I met every customer commitment that was made prior to the fire.
We experience what you experience. Payne West Insurance.
Burgess again on the carry for the Saints of Carroll College. 8.5 left to go. Quarter number 3, Vigilante Stadium, 21-17, the 25th ranked team in the nation. The Bulldogs of Montana Western out, almost intercepted, and that, folks, would have been a pick 6 by Mitch Orm.
Oh, and that's Mitch Orm hitting himself in the head, and that's the old adage of why they don't play receivers, sometimes defenders, is because they can't catch. But that ball had some mustard on it. But what a play by Mitch Orm, as you see here in the replay of good break on the ball, and he was smelling end zone on that one.
That would have been huge. We have not had a turnover here in the game. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 for Carroll College, and they have been spectacular on 3rd down conversions on the afternoon. Can they get another one?
Yeah, 9 of 13 is unbelievable on 3rd down.
And Bridgewater had heavy pressure. He was forced to give that one up. Well, and the Bulldogs are going to get the football back, and they've got the lead.
Well, again, we see the heavy pressure on third down. They don't sit back in coverage like they did in the first half. They come with the blitz, and it's affected Bridgewater here to start this second half.
Bulldogs are getting the football back. Trey Mounts back to receive the punt. They can get ahead by 2 scores. That would be huge. Rugby-style kick. Mounts, 1 bounce. He'll pick it up on the 17, 25. Can he make the corner? Takes a big hit, goes down 32-yard line. The Bulldogs offense takes the field. 7:59 left to be played in the third. 21-17. Bulldogs out on top.
We're here to help anybody out who's trying to quit any form of tobacco. If you use cigarettes, if you use chew, dip, e-cigarettes.
I myself used to be a smoker. I'm like, I know what you're going through.
We ask you a series of questions to make sure that we're meeting your needs and concerns.
We talk about your stress, what your cravings are.
Slips and relapses are definitely a normal part of the quitting process.
We don't see that as a complete failure. We want to make sure you learn from that.
And that's why having a coach is so essential to quitting.
Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
At Wayland Tire, it's service first, quality always. So stop in today and let us find the right set of Michelin tires for you. If you value longevity, check out the Michelin Defender family, Michelin's longest lasting family of tires on the road. Whether you drive a car, minivan, SUV, or truck, you'll be able to do more for more miles. Come visit our team of experts at Wayland Tire so we can match you with the right tire for the way you drive.
Wayland Tire, we know tires.
This is the nimble Chevy Trax, the versatile Chevy Equinox, the stylish all-new Chevy Blazer, and the roomy Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. The Chevy family of SUVs. No matter what you're looking for in an SUV, Chevy's got you covered.
Current competitive owners get over $6,500 below MSRP on this well-equipped Equinox. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
Under 8 minutes left to be played in the third. The Bulldogs with the lead and the football. Here in the third, they'll head to Havre next weekend and take on the Lights of MSU Northern. And on first down, Prante gets the call. He gets out near the 37-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 5. You know, we've had very few penalties.
Oh, my gosh. It's been a crazy good, clean game. The lack of turnovers, the lack of penalties. This is almost like it's a mid-season type of game. I'm very impressed with that on both sides of the ball.
It's going to be second down and 6. 3 wide receivers line up to the right side. And that's out of the quarterback keep all the way. John picks up about 3 yards. Short third down play coming up for the Montana Western Bulldogs. And on third down today, they are 4 of 7.
You don't see very many colleges calling a design quarterback sweep, but we mentioned that he's like a running back in the backfield there for the Bulldogs.
He's going to do it again. just short of the first down, about a yard short. And fourth down is coming up.
Well, interesting decision here for Coach Norris here on 4th and 1 from their own 43-yard line. Does he gamble? Does he go for it on fourth down?
Nope.
He's not much of one to do that traditionally, and he's not going to here.
The Saints are getting the football back. 309 yards of offense from Montana Western, 296 for the Saints of Carroll College, 21-17 on the scoreboard. The Bulldogs lead. And back to receive this one, Jaden Harrison for the Saints. Behold, they bring everybody. Gets the punt off. Harrison lets it go past him all the way down to the 5-yard line. And Carroll College will start their drive with their backs against the wall.
Well, Harrison not picking up that bouncing punt cost Carroll College about 20 yards, but I think he looked up and saw long snapper number 33, Jason Ferris, bearing down on him going 100 miles an hour, and I probably was a business decision there from Mr. Harrison not to pick that up with no blocking. You can see it, the rugby-style punt gets the ball rolling good there, does Lima. And you can see Ferris well ahead of everybody else, bearing down on him, and wisely Harrison lets it go.
They keep it on the ground on first down, and a pickup of about 6 yards on first down. That was Major Ali.
I was just going to say, the first time we've seen Major Ali here in this second half.
Major Ali, who rushed for almost 700 yards a year ago. As a sophomore, he had 3 games where he went for over 160 yards, and now it's going to be second down and 4 for the Saints.
Was Major Ali's sophomore year 6 years ago? Feels like
Feels like it. And Major Ali caught behind the line and brought down for a loss, and a loss of about 5 yards on that play.
Well, Carroll's found success running right at the Bulldogs. This time you'll see in the replay, Major Ali running parallel to the line of scrimmage. Bulldog defense too fast to try to go sideline to sideline like that play there, bringing up third down and 8. This has been almost the money down for Devin Bridgewater and the Saints, third down and long.
Bridgewater, 14 of 32, 210 yards. Bridgewater on third down and long takes a hit. Bridgewater is sacked. Big defensive play for the Bulldogs.
Wow, and that he has to be on about his own 6-inch yard line. That is very close to a safety. The crowd down here in front of us all signaling the 2 hands above the head for the safety call. Let's look on the replay to see where he's at if he does get out of the end zone. His feet are in the end zone, and I think that is a good call by the official right down about the half-yard line. But this is danger zone with the long snap. Normally you're 15 yards on the punt snap. This is going to be about 10 yards, so it'll be interesting to see if the Bulldogs come after this or not.
Montana Western's going to have excellent field position. The punter from way back in the end zone. Nice high kick. Fair catch is called for. How about that field position? The Bulldogs will start their drive for the Saints' 36-yard line. Under 4 minutes left to be played. From Vigilante Stadium in Dillon, it's 21-17. It's the Bulldogs of Montana Western out on top. They're ranked 25th in the nation. They started last year 6-1. They lost their last 3 games, kept them out of the postseason playoffs. The Saints with a new coaching staff. Head coach Troy Purcell trying to win his first game, trying to win on the road. And the Bulldogs with an excellent opportunity here to go up by 2 scores. And in a tight game like this, that would be simply huge. John, he'll roll left. He's got all day. John over the middle makes a catch, and wow.
Yeah,
what a hit. Nate Simpkins paid the price for going over the middle.
Fauntleroy, the Whitefish Bulldog product here, just absolutely belts Nate Simpkins, but credit Simpkins with the excellent catch in traffic. And again, just a laser from John Jund on the roll out to his left and steps in and fires one here. But what a luxury to have when you throw in across the middle and you know you're going to get belted and you know your receivers are going to make the catch.
First down and 10, 21-yard line for the Bulldogs. And out to Nate Simpkins on the screen. Simpkins inside the 10 near the 5-yard line. Great run after the catch for Dillon, Montana's Nate Simpkins. He already has a touchdown this afternoon, and this crowd loves Nate.
Well, and watch the blocking on the perimeter here by Walker McKittrick for the Bulldogs. He takes the corner and just manhandles him and gives Nate plenty of room to make the run there, and almost breaks it, does Simpkins.
And now it's going to be second down and a yard. They'll work from the 11-yard line, and they're going to keep it on the ground again. And Prante gets inside the 15-yard line, but enough for the first down. So it's going to be first down and 10, and a couple of players getting up slow after that play. We've had no injuries that we know of here, Phil.
Yeah.
No turnovers.
Very few flags. Number 61 for the Bulldogs, one of the interior linemen, Ethan Taguchi-Tani, lost his helmet, and now that's the rule in college. If you lose your helmet in a play, you have to sit for 1. So he'll come off the line. So that's a big loss there at left guard.
John, first and goal just inside the 10-yard line. John to the corner of the end zone. No touchdown. They went for it all on first and goal.
Yeah, trying that post corner route again from the interior receiver. That's Blake Sentman that time. And again, excellent throw by John Jund in the red zone, where only his receiver can get it. They're in the corner.
John Jund, 15 of 23 on the afternoon, 21-17. Bulldogs lead, 2 minutes and 28 seconds left to be played. Here in quarter number 3, second down and goal. Inside the 10-yard line, on the ground near the 5-yard line. And how about this big third down play coming up here, Phil?
Yeah, and that's Prente again going off tackle, cutting it back north and south. Gets 4 yards down to the 5-yard line. It'll be interesting to see the call here. I think we could see an interior post corner route again. We see McKittrick and Simpkins, the interior receivers, on the trip side here. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Simpkins run to the corner of the end zone here.
Third down and goal from the 5-yard line for the Bulldogs. Quarterback keep. John Jund takes to the right side. He'll not get in. Fourth down coming up for Montana Western. If they kick a field goal, well, you go up by 7.
Boy, that's a big ask there to get your quarterback on the quarterback sweep down, and that when it's that compact to pick up 5 yards. That's a curious call there by Coach Norris and the Bulldog offensive staff. I thought we might see some passing there against this man-to-man coverage inside the 5-yard line.
A 21-yard field goal attempt. Karchenko from 21 yards out to put the Bulldogs up by 7. Snap back, hold is down, kick is up. It is good. 24-17. The Bulldogs are out on top.
Well, and again, another, credit the Bulldog defense for giving Western awesome field position there at the Carroll College 36-yard line. Jund takes them all the way down to the 5-yard line, and again, Karchenko boots it through from 21, but just a good drive there. Nice, easy play calls for Western. A great catch by Simpkins across the middle when he took the huge shot from Fauntleroy and held on. But Jund just looks very sharp here in this first action of the season. 17 of 26 for 223 and 3 touchdowns. Pretty good afternoon for Mr. Jund.
Not bad at all.
And now it's time for Bridgewater. He had a great first half. He's kind of been stymied here in the second half with the Western coming out with some more blitzing on third down, and it'll be up to Devin Bridgewater to extend the play with his legs now that he's seeing the pressure.
A touchdown would have been huge. It would have had him up by 2 scores. They lead by 7 here. There's no easy game in the Frontier Conference.
No, absolutely not. No matter where you're playing, who you're playing, whatever, it's a war every single Saturday, and that's what makes this conference so unbelievable. Top to bottom, everyone can win at any time.
Cucino getting set on the kickoff. 24-17. Bulldogs out on top, and Sipes 1 yard deep in the end zone. He's going to bring it out. Sipes 25-yard line. And Carroll's offense back on the football field. Their offense struggled a year ago. They averaged just 18 points a game. That was last in the Frontier Conference. They've got 17 on the scoreboard here this afternoon. And Western has scored twice here in the third quarter. Carroll College has failed to answer. Devin Bridgewater had went the distance. Nobody knew who the starting quarterback was going to be before this game. Bridgewater wants to throw on first down, takes a hit, airs it out to Sipes. Sipes turns around, can't make the catch. Contact is made. Carroll wants a flag. They're not going to get it. Hutcherson barely touched him, but, that's the toughest call in football.
Yeah, that's 2 referees both standing right there. That one's, that one can go either way, obviously. If you're a Carroll fan, you think that might have been the missed call here. We'll look here on the replay. But yeah, Bridgewater, as you see in the replay, he takes a big hit when he releases this. There, I can't tell the number on the replay, but big hit for Bridgewater. And I guess we know the answer if he has an arm or not. Boy, he threw that sucker way downfield, and that one could have been called, certainly.
They keep it on the ground. Burgess gets out near the 35-yard line for Carroll College, very close to a first down. Third quarter coming to an end. 48 seconds left to be played here in the third, 24-17. The 25th ranked team in the nation, the Bulldogs of Montana Western, out on top. They started the season 6-1. Coach Norse's teams have been 5-0 in season openers. Can he make that win-loss record 6-0 here this afternoon?
Well, I think we're going to see a lot more of Burgess than Ali here in the second half, as we already have. Burgess seems to have the hot hand right now for Carroll.
On first down and 10, Bridgewater gets hit as he releases the football. Pass is complete to Sipes for a gain of about 5. Well, the Bulldogs are coming after the quarterback.
Yeah, they sat back and played coverage the first half. They're not here in the second half. Credit Bridgewater. He's very poised in the pocket back there. He's a real little quarterback, so, those big guys coming at him, they list him at 5'11", 185, but I don't know about that.
The third quarter has come to an end. The Bulldogs out on top of the Saints, 24-17.
There's a place where higher education starts at a higher elevation and rises from there. Located in the heart of the Rockies, Carroll College raises the bar with small classes taught by award-winning professors, more than 60 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs, and year-round outdoor fun over every horizon. Carroll College, aspire to go higher.
Montana. There's no place else like it.
If you can see any numbers at all.
We'll make it up if
After
we
all,
have to.
it's why we all choose to live here. The vibe is different
People
here.
are watching, they can't tell who it was in there.
So when you find that perfect place for your family,
Getting worse as the sun's
we'll
getting
find the
more
right
directly
home
that
loan
way.
just for you. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking.
It was Christmas Eve when my customer called to let me know that my building was on fire.
My heart sank. It was a total loss.
My first concern was my employees and my clients. We've had this family business for more than 40 years. Payne West moved quickly.
Within 2 weeks, Payne West arranged a payment so Ron could start rebuilding his business.
And I am proud to say that I met every customer commitment that was made prior to the fire.
We experience what you experience. Payne West Insurance.
Well, are you ready for quarter number 4 from Vigilante Stadium in Dillon? Rocky Erickson with Phil Millett as we get set. 24-17. Bulldogs lead, Phil, but hey, Saints score, kick that PAT. This game is all tied.
Yeah, it was a good third quarter for the Bulldogs, down 17-14 at half, outscored Carroll 10-0 in that third quarter, but anybody's ball game right now, no doubt about it.
They run the option. Quarterback Bridgewater, late pitch to Burgess, and they're going to get the first down. It's going to be very close. Needed 5.
Yeah, first time we've seen that option look here from Carroll this afternoon, and excellent late pitch there from Bridgewater.
Did they get the first down? Yes, they did to move the chain.
Yeah, I thought we might see a measurement, but it's going to be the first down.
The Saints trying to get back and tie this game. They get a first down. What a gorgeous day here in Dillon, game 1 of this 2019 season for both these teams. Spit out wide, the left side is Kyle Pierce. Back to throw, Bridgewater, a bullet over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. He threw that in double coverage.
Well, and there's flags on the field, and there's no way Carroll College was not set at the snap here, and all the receivers were moving around, and that's just a Yeah, illegal shift there for Carroll. Receivers weren't set at all. That was just a young quarterback mistake, not looking around to his edge. But, yeah.
And Coach Norris said, do not accept the penalty.
We want it second and long. But you're right, Rocky. He threw it into double coverage. He's lucky to get that one back. Had it not been overthrown, that probably would have been intercepted.
Two evenly matched teams here in game number 1 from Vigilante Stadium in Dillon. Second down and 10. Full house backfield. Major Ali back in the game at running back for the Saints of Carroll College. Contact is made. And Jason Ferris said, hey, it wasn't the guys in the red.
Both teams doing the point game, and it's going to go against the Bulldogs for encroachment.
And now it's going to be second down and 5, 2 yards short of midfield. 24-17, the Bulldogs lead. Just underway, quarter number 4 from Dillon. On the ground, they go again, Burgess. And Burgess is going to be about a yard short of that first down.
Ferris and Musso off the bottom of the pile. We've called those names a lot here for the Bulldog defense all day long. We don't have the tackle statistics, but Jason Ferris has to be over the 10 tackle mark again here this afternoon.
Time of possession, 26 minutes for Carroll College and 14 minutes for Montana Western. Third down and short. It's going to be third down and 2. The Saints are 9 of 16 on third down conversions. They were 9 of 12 in the first half. Long count, high snap. Burgess not going to get it. Jason Ferris is there. And second effort, boy, I'm telling you what, Phil, this is going to be close. Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a couple yard loss there, but as you see on the replay, credit the second effort here from Burgess. I think we're going to get a measurement, but it looked like Jason Ferris had him in the backfield, and he just falls forward for a gain of at least 1, if not 2.
Looked like he was down right there. Looked like Ferris had him. And then he gets loose and he dives forward to make it very close to the first down marker. The sticks are on the field. They stretch it out and move the chains. First down, Carroll College. They're 17, 16 for Montana Western. 341 yards for the Bulldogs, 316 for the Saints of Carroll College. A lot of time left in this game. 13-22 left to be played. 24-17, the Bulldogs out on top. Carroll's going to tie it, Phil. We're going to go into 3, possibly 4 overtimes before we're done.
Well, we'll sit here all day and call football if we have to. That's one thing we're enjoying. 2 really quality football teams is going head-to-head here today.
On first down, Bridgewater. He'll air it out deep over the middle. Collins makes a catch inside the 10. That'll be a touchdown. We got a 1-point game. And that covers 47 yards for the Saints of Carroll College.
Oh, what a strike there from Bridgewater to Collins. And Collins breaking tackles down inside the 10-yard line. You can see Collins lined up there in the wingback position there right off the edge of the line of scrimmage. Great protection up front for the Carroll College offensive line. Bridgewater steps into it and fires a strike on that inside post. And a bad angle taken there by number 28, Cameron Rouser, the true freshman out of Townsend. That cost him the touchdown.
And how big is this PAT coming from Josh Kraft?
Yeah, 24-23. And you take these PATs for granted sometimes, and they can make or break a ball game.
Snap back, and the kick is up, and the kick is good, and this game is tied at 24 all. Wow.
Well,
whether you live in town, out on the farm, or a cozy cabin nestled in the woods, Wherever you call home or choose to locate your business, Woodpecker Technologies has great options for your high-speed internet. Based in Montana, we provide quality service to communities and businesses throughout the state. For high-speed internet anywhere, call Woodpecker Technologies at 406-461-1941 or visit us online at woodpeckertech.com.
This is my leash and this is my life. I go nowhere without the oxygen. If I run out of oxygen at all for any length of time, panic sets in. I lost a lot of freedom. I want to go swimming. I want to go walking down the street. A lot of things I'd love to do with my kids and grandkids, I just can't do because this is literally my life. Every decision you make, you will base on how much energy and how much oxygen it takes. Your life is no longer your own.
This is the nimble Chevy Trax, the versatile Chevy Equinox, the stylish all-new Chevy Blazer, and the roomy Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. The Chevy family of SUVs. No matter what you're looking for in an SUV, Chevy's got you covered.
Current competitive owners get over $6,500 below MSRP on this well-equipped Equinox. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
Left to be played in quarter number 4. Rocky Erickson with Phil Willett, and we have experienced a great game here.
Oh boy, it's been back and forth the entire game. As soon as you think somebody has the advantage or maybe the momentum, the other team comes back with a huge strike, as evidence there from Bridgewater to Collins, when it felt like the Bulldogs had seized momentum here in the second half. But credit young Bridgewater and the new staff from Carroll College, not young staff, new staff, in fighting back and tying this ball game up.
The Bulldogs are going to get their opportunity to take the lead one more time. Back and forth we've been in this game. It has been exciting. A lot of football, though, left to be played. Will there be a return? And Mounts from the 8-yard line. Gets across the 25 near the 30-yard line where he's brought down. And it's going to be first down and 10 for the Montana Western Bulldogs.
And there's a little bit of chippiness going on now as we get down here in the fourth quarter. We do have a Bulldog down on the field. There was a big pile up there on the tackle, but pushing and shoving all over the place on that tackle. Limping off the field there. I think that's number 29, Bryant Kimbrough for the Bulldogs.
Mounts with a nice return for the Bulldogs of Montana Western following his blocks.
Yeah, that was a big hit on the pile up, and it looked like Kimbrough got pushed from behind there off the top of the pile at the end.
Walker McKittrick split out wide to the left side. John Junn, the quarterback. And the official has a clock problem. They get that fixed. It's first down and 10 for the Bulldogs. This game is tied at 24. Screen pass caught out on the flat by Blake. Blake very close to a first down out near the 40-yard line. He gets the first down, a gain of a dozen, and move the chains.
Well, you can see here again, good blocking on the perimeter by this Bulldog receiving corps. I think that time it's Elijah Benedict with the excellent block here on the edge. Freeing up Sentman, that is Benedict, and Sentman gets north and south without dancing around and chews up yardage.
John Chun, 15 of 24, 209 yards and 3 touchdowns in the game. They work for the 40 low snap. Chun, he'll roll left, unloads it, pass is dropped. Branty can't bring it home. It's going to be second down and 10. Clock is stopped. 12:28 left to be played in this football game in regulation, let's say, Phil.
Yeah, this one has the makings of some extra free football to be played. But interesting route combination there by the Bulldogs. Everyone within 5 yards from the line of scrimmage except one deep route by Walker McKittrick. So really not much for Jun to look at.
It's going to be second down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Jun quickly to the right side. Pass is caught. McKittrick, and he can't get free. McKittrick gets about 4 or 5 yards, but a third down play is coming up here. You know, I think there's more on the line in this game for Carroll College than it is for Montana Western. I mean, the game one for Troy Purcell and his program.
Yeah, this would be a huge statement for Coach Purcell and the Saints if they can pull this victory off. We've seen a lot of that edge screen there from the Bulldogs here in the second half.
And McKittrick makes the catch and move the chains out to the 40-yard line. A big third down pass and catch for the Montana Western Bulldogs. Keeps their drive alive as they try to take the lead. We are tied at 24 here in Dillon.
Well, again, we see a Bulldog receiver catching the ball in traffic and taking a big hit and holding on to it. It's been high caliber play, both sides of the football here today between the Saints and the Bulldogs.
First down and 10, 41-yard line. John, play action. McKittrick in the middle. They're going to go deep. Penalty flag is down, and that is going to be pass interference. I think it's going to go against Cameron Rothy.
Yeah, that was a hand-to-hand battle there. Sentiment going deep on the post. It looked like John probably had Walker McKittrick. We'll see if we can see it in the replay. It looked like McKittrick, the inside post route was open, but he elected to go to the outside to Sentman, and Sentman in the hand battle there with number 4 there. That's King, and that's a huge penalty on the Saints. But not like the NFL where it's a spot of the foul.
That's ridiculous.
that one's still a head-scratching penalty to me.
That makes no sense at all how they do the pass interference in the National Football League. 11:23 left to be played in regulation in a tied game. The Bulldogs, so first down and 10 for the 26-yard line. Trying to take the lead again. John, pump fake, gonna go deep. Oh, how about that defensive play? Are you telling me Fauntleroy had any idea where that ball was?
Boy.
He just put his arm up and deflected it.
Well, they've run this tunnel screen several times, so they fake the tunnel screen on the outside this time, and they do the kind of the block and go to Simpkins, and you're right, Fauntleroy had no idea it was there, and it looked like Simpkins had a touchdown.
He put his arm up just at the right time.
Yeah, that was amazing play there by Fauntleroy. That looked like a sure 6.
It's going to be second down. Quick pass and catch out near the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Sentman with the catch.
Boy, how many times have we seen that tunnel screen on the perimeter here for the Bulldogs? You got to credit the Bulldog receivers for blocking. They're not only catching passes, but they're required to block as well.
It's going to be third down and short. It's going to be third down and 3 from the 18-yard line. Under 11 minutes left to be played. John takes a snap. John flushed out. Pass is caught, is running back. Grundy makes the catch, gets down to about the 11-yard line. Another first down for Montana Western. That's 20 in the game.
If we see a replay here, watch Walker McKittrick. He looked like he's false starting, so he just goes in motion and they gets away with it. Excellent heady play by the senior there to make it look like he's going in motion when he actually, I'm pretty sure he was a false start there.
First down and 10. The Bulldogs are 13 yards away from taking the lead here. They're already in field goal range. John, handoff. Prenti up the middle to the 10-yard line. A gain of about 4 yards.
A tough 4 yards. That was some collisions inside there on that run by Prenti.
Still a lot of time left. Over 10 minutes left to be played in this college football game from Vigilante Stadium in Dillon. Game number 1 between these two teams, the 25th ranked team of the nation. The Bulldogs of Montana Western and the Saints of Carroll College. It's second down and 6 from the 9-yard line. John back to throw over the middle. It's incomplete. And, you know, I think Sentman got his hand on it, but boy, there were defenders right in front of him. I don't know how he could even see that football coming at him.
Well, and somebody ran the wrong route for the Bulldogs, because there's no way you want 3 receivers in the same exact spot in the end zone, which attracts about 5 defenders, as you see here from Sentman's throw. All 3 Bulldogs are within 5 yards of each other there in the end zone. That's a miscommunication from somebody.
It's going to be 3rd down for the Bulldog. John, he's going to keep it. John, the 10. The 5 takes a big hit. Goes down just short of the 1st down. And what a decision here for the Bulldogs. So they go for it on 4th and 1 or kick a field goal to take the lead.
Well, it sure looked like Jund was going to get the 1st down easily there, but credit Nate McGree closing the gap there, the Butte Central product, and preventing Jund from getting this 1st down. Right there, it looks like he's easily got it. And a great tackle there from McGree.
How big is this? Are they going to try to get him to go off sides, or are they actually going to go for it on 4th down and a long yard? A field goal would put him up. The game is tied. Are they trying to draw him off? No. John keeps it, comes off left tackle, and this is going to be close. This is going to be really close. Carroll College players said they don't have it.
I don't think he did get it. I think it's short, based on where that looks like the yardage marker is from over here, and they're not even going to measure it. Carroll College holds.
How about that decision? A field goal, Phil, would have given him the lead.
And credit Jund for just getting that, because there was unbelievable penetration there by the Carroll College defensive front 7.
Well, that was huge. 8:49 left to be played in this game. Can Carroll College, with their new head coach, Troy Purcell, get a victory? This is the drive. Sipes to the left side. They're going to start their drive on the 4-yard line. Major Ali to about the 7-yard line. 3 timeouts left for Carroll College. 2 timeouts for Montana Western. Phil, I don't think anybody thought this game would be this close.
No, I think the experts, the so-called experts, thought that Western, based on the preseason rankings, would, especially at home, walk away with this one. But certainly anything but that, as Carroll College looks, they're going to be a formidable opponent for anybody this year.
It's going to be 2nd down and 7. Sipes to the left side. Bridgewater. Major Ali again. And Ali gets across the 10. I think that's Burgess. Burgess on the carry. 3rd down coming up. And it's going to be 3rd down and 3. How about 2 straight running plays from the 4-yard line?
Yeah, and I bet we're going to see another one here, because they've had a little bit of success on the interior there. Burgess running hard here this second half. Seen a heck of a lot more of Burgess than we have of Ali here in these final 2 frames.
How big is this?
Well, if you're the Bulldog defense, if you can get a 3 and out and make them punt from their own end zone essentially and get excellent field position, but it could be a backbreaker if Carroll can convert as well.
Pearson in motion on 3rd down and 4. And they're going to keep it on the ground again. The quarterback with it. And I don't think Bridgewater got it. It's going to be close.
Yeah, sure looked like he was going to get it, and a good open field tackle there.
Did not get a good mark. Are they going to ask for a measurement?
Well, I think the sticks
3 straight running plays.
Yeah. The sticks look to be right on the 15-yard line from up here, and the ball's not even close to the 15, so we might have an angle issue.
I think our angle's a little different.
Yeah, they're going to measure it. Want to make sure, and that's the right thing to do. Now, do you go for it if you're Troy Purcell at your own 14-yard line?
No way. You rely on your defense for another stop. I mean, remember, the game's tied.
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be close. They got it.
Oh, wow. How big is that? The Saints, 3 straight running plays. Bridgewater, the quarterback, keeps the drive alive. And now it's 1st down and 10, and a field goal can win this one. When the Bulldogs went for it on 4th and 1, they could have kicked a field goal to go up 27-24. Instead, they elected to go for it on 4th down. They came up short. 1st down and 10 here from the 14-yard line. Devin Bridgewater, hand up, Burgess, hit from behind, still on his feet, and Burgess out to the 25. He gained 10 yards, and Burgess has the first down.
Well,
wow.
And Burgess, he is wearing down this Bulldog defense right now. The Bulldog defense just looks tired. He's breaking tackles here. As you can see, guys bouncing off him right here. Can't tell who that is that misses the tackle. I think that's number 45 for the Bulldogs. They're Masterson.
Burgess has 78 yards in a game, and give it to him again. Burgess the 30, the 35, the 40. Burgess out near midfield. He's finally brought down by Rauscher. Another big gain for Carroll College. They have yet to put the ball up on this drive that started, remember, on the 4-yard line.
Well, and Burgess, a freshman running back, 5'11", 195-pounder, Junction City, Oregon, Sheldon High School, which is just a juggernaut high school program out there in the Oregon area. And Burgess has just been a workhorse here the second half.
Burgess is over 100 yards on the ground now. 107 yards. The Saints are inside Bulldogs territory. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left to be played of the game. This game is tied at 24. Snap back. Bridgewater over the middle. Pass is caught to Joe Ferris, and that is their first passing play on this possession late in this game.
Well, and that opens it up when you can run the football. That just opens the passing lanes that much more in these zones here for Bridgewater in this passing game for the Saints. You can see here in the replay, and good protection again. Can't credit the offensive line enough here for Carroll College. Clean pocket there for Bridgewater to step into the throw.
First down and 10. Major Ali with some room around the right side. The 20, the 15. Major Ali brought down inside the 10-yard line. Could that Bulldog defense be getting tired? They've been on the field an awfully long time.
Boy, there's no doubt about it. They're tired. You can see the hands on the hips. Look at the mass substitution here. Defensive linemen going in and out. When you can run the football, you can wear down a defense in a hurry.
Carroll College over 150 yards on the ground. Major Ali again takes a hit right at the line, at the 10-yard line. It's going to be second down and goal. It is second and goal, isn't it?
Yep, it's right at the 10. So that's a tough road to hoe when it's the goal to go and it's right at the 10-yard line as everything gets compact down here in the end zone. But you can look at the Bulldog defense. Of the 11 players, I can count 6 of them right now with hands on hips. That's not a good sign.
But all they need is a field goal to take the lead late in this game. Bridgewater out of the shotgun. Bridgewater hands it off to Burgess. Burgess still on his feet, crunching for extra yards at the 5-yard line. His legs never quit. And now it's going to be third down and 5 from the 5-yard line. Can you believe what we're witnessing here in this fourth quarter?
Well, Burgess is that's a tough, hard-earned 4 yards to get down there inside near the 5-yard line and create a manageable third and goal.
Western on their feet, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to be played. The game is tied at 24. It's third down and goal for the Saints of Carroll College. On the 5-yard line, Saints will take a timeout. They're going to talk about this. They've got one timeout left after this. Carroll College from the 5-yard line. They come up short here. They kick a short field goal. They go up 27-24.
In the Army National Guard, you'll serve part-time to be ready to respond at all times. You'll train to master the skills and equipment used to keep the nation secure and its enemies on the run. You'll learn to be a leader and a member of a team. Become part of a time-honored tradition of vigilance and selfless service. Find your adventure at NationalGuard.com.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Only at the University of Montana Western. Experience One. Experiential learning, one course at a time. One course for 18 days, a 4-day break, and on to the next 18-day course. Focused, intense, effective. Only at Montana Western. Experience you. Experience us. Experience One. Visit umwestern.edu or call us today, 1-877-683-7331.
Refs are still holding.
Well, it doesn't get much bigger than this. 3rd down and goal to 5-yard line for the Saints of Carroll College. 4:05 left to be played in the game. A game that's all tied up at 24. Bergeson in motion. Bridgewater looking left, unloads it. What a catch, and no catch. Joe Ferris, I thought he had it. Stuck out his arm. I thought he brought it home. He would have been short if he would have made the catch. Wow.
Making that catch just might have made Purcell's decision a heck of a lot easier, though, because he could have been tempted to go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. But obviously from the 5, maybe 6-yard line, he's not going to go for it. Tough to tell on the replay. Referee standing right there with the call.
Josh Kraft. A 22-yard field goal attempt for Josh Kraft. Kraft was good from 23. This to give the Saints the lead. Snap back, and they bobbled it. And then now they got to go for it. No.
Oh, my goodness.
A botch snap. Can you believe that? A chip shot field goal to take the lead, and the Saints blew it. Unbelievable. What happened there, Phil?
I think it's a low snap, and he just couldn't get it down. And no surprise who drags down the holder is Jason Ferris before he can unleash a decent throw. But
we got to watch this. So the snap back, and the holder never got it. The holder never got it.
Yeah, drop snap there. Looked like a fairly decent snap, but yeah, Jason Ferris right there, and that's Harrison, right? The holder for the Saints, number 12, Jaden Harrison. Yeah, and what a huge break for the Bulldogs.
I told you we're going to go into overtime. What did I tell you? John. Out of the shotgun. John. Handoff. Prenti. Gain of about 3. Now, will the Bulldogs play conservative here and try to run out the clock to go into OT? You know, for some reason, Phil, home teams have an advantage in extra overtime.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Do they be aggressive? I think we might see a couple runs to see what kind of a 3rd down they can get themselves into before they decide to put the ball in Junn's hands. And as soon as I say that, he rolls out for a wide open Mounts.
Wow. Trey Mounts makes the catch, gets out near the 25-yard line. 3:10 left to be played. The Bulldogs have 2 timeouts left in this game to the 26-yard line.
And you can see here, that's a good play action fake, a rollout. It makes it a simple read for Jund. He can either take off and run on the perimeter or find a wide open Trey Mount sitting in the hole of that zone.
Karchenko hit a 51-yarder a year ago. Need to get to about the 35-yard line. End around. Prenti can't quite make the corner. And it's going to be 2nd down and long here. The Bulldogs need about 45 yards to get into Karchenko's field goal range.
And I talked to Coach Norris last night. I asked him if Karchenko, like you mentioned, made a 51-yarder. He thinks his range is up to 60 this year. He said he's much stronger this year, so it'll be interesting to see.
It's going to be 2nd down and 6. John, pressure's on. Going to go deep, overthrew his intended receiver, Trey Mounts. And now it's 3rd down. Saints might get another shot here. Phil?
Well, and I think Jund missed an opportunity to take off and run and pick up the 1st down here. He took the shot Mounts had a step, but that's a tough throw to make the completion on the move. But sure seemed like he had lots of real estate in front of him.
It's going to be 3rd down and 6 for the Bulldogs. They work from the 27-yard line. John. Over the middle, pass is caught. They say, is it a catch? Yes, it is.
Well,
Sentman makes the catch on 3rd and long, and the Bulldogs keep their drive alive. Sentman had to dive for it. Watch this.
Well, and credit Sentman for knowing where the sticks are at and make sure he has the yardage when he makes the catch. Can't tell on the replay. Carroll sure thought he dropped it, but
John to throw again. Pass is caught. Oh, my. And McKittrick makes the catch. Walker to the 44-yard line.
A strike there from John on the inside post, splitting the two-deep safety look is McKittrick.
10 more yards in field goal range. 1:50 left to be played. In regulation, the game is tied at 24. John again. And gets it out. Sentman to the 35-yard line. Now they're in field goal range. And that would be, from that distance, would be about a 54-yarder.
Yeah, 2nd down and 2. It'll be interesting to see how aggressive Coach Norris is. Does he try to score the touchdown? Does he try to get into a manageable field goal position?
2nd down and short. 2 yards from the 37-yard line. John, quarterback keep, takes a hit at the line, and John's going to be short, gets back to line of scrimmage. 94 seconds left to be played in regulation from Dillon. Game 1 for the Montana Western Bulldogs and the Fighting Saints of Carroll College. It's 3rd down and a long yard from the 37-yard line. It'd be about a 54-yard field goal attempt from here on 3rd down. John airs it out, incomplete. Will we see a 54-yard field goal from Mark Karchenko? Karchenko, is he going to come on? He was good from 51 a year ago. Is there a flag down?
I don't think there is. It looks to me like Western's going to go for it. Coach Norris has his guys signaling in a play here on 4th and 2. Obviously the play of the game right here at 4th down and 2.
They're on their feet here in Dillon. 4th down for the Bulldogs. The game is tied at 24, 66 seconds to go. John will air it out. A receiver open, yes! Into the end zone for a touchdown. Walker McKittrick with the score from 37 yards out. And the Bulldogs have taken the lead.
Well, not only do they go for it on 4th and 2, but they go for the strike. Now that's showing some confidence in your sophomore quarterback right there by Mr. Coach Ryan Norris. And I'm not sure what happened there, but it looked like the defender just lost track of Walker McKittrick over there and then couldn't catch back up to Walker, and Walker walks into the end zone. An awful lot of time left in this ball game, though, with 58 seconds to go.
30-24. Can you believe that? John, he had 2 touchdown passes in the first half. This is his 4th. 4 touchdown passes for John in this game. Wow.
356 yards through the air for John, 27 of 41 in the ball game.
Very, very impressive.
Yeah, I've been impressed with both these quarterbacks here today. Obviously, we knew what we were going to get with Jund after he had the spectacular freshman year last year. But Bridgewater's been equally as impressive. The percentage isn't as good, but he's done a good job of making plays with his feet and moving around in the pocket and having excellent pocket awareness.
58 seconds to go in the game, 30-24. This is also a big PAT by Karchenko. Put his team up by 7 if this one goes through. Kick is up. And the kick is good. And it is 31-24. Montana Western out on top. Under a minute to go.
At Wayland Tire, it's service first, quality always. Performance, pride, and passion. Three things that define the rich legacy of BF Goodrich Tires and the lasting partnership that we've shared over the years. Like the ever-popular BF Goodrich KO2 tire and all the Advantage TA line of tires, stop in and talk to your local performance experts at Wayland Tire and get set up with the right type of tires from the company that invented performance, BF Goodrich.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
This is the nimble Chevy Trax, the versatile Chevy Equinox, the stylish all-new Chevy Blazer, and the roomy Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. The Chevy family of SUVs. No matter what you're looking for in an SUV, Chevy's got you covered.
Current competitive owners get over $6,500 below MSRP on this well-equipped Equinox. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
On February 10th, I had my last drink and have been sober ever since. When I was in treatment for alcohol, they sort of told me not to worry too much about the smoking, and I definitely found myself writing that excuse for a long time. About 5 months later, I also quit smoking. Quitting smoking is possible. Quitting drinking is possible, and the life that you get to have afterwards is so much better.
Well, can the Saints pull off a miracle in 58 seconds? Phil, you and I have seen a lot of football, and anything and everything can happen.
Yeah, it's in a game like this, it's never over until it's 0-0 up on that game clock. So, you know, Coach Norris doesn't think this game's over, and Coach Purcell obviously does not think this is over as the offensive coordinator for the Saints.
Can Sipes go 100 yards on the return? The 10, the 15, Sipes to the right side. Sipes goes out of bounds. 51 seconds left, 31-24. Bulldogs out on top. They head to Havre next weekend to take on Northern. They won both games a year ago, 55-3, 42-13. Carroll home against Rocky. They split last year. They lost the first game 19-0, but Rocky, with an ineligible player, they had to forfeit the win.
Well, if you're Coach Norris Coach Purcell, you can justify the Bridgewater quarterback play here if he can drive him down the field and tie this ball game up.
First down and 10, three wide receivers to the left side. The air almost intercepted, and that was almost game over.
The second pick six that Mitch Orms dropped today. You can see the break on the replay here from Mitch Orm of he would have scored and ended this game here as you watch the throw here from Bridgewater. But again, tight coverage on a short throw when you're up by 7 and with under a minute to go.
Second down. Time running out for Carroll College. 46 seconds to go. And right through the hands of Jaden Harrison.
Same exact play as the last route.
Third down. You got to think they're going to go north and south here on third down. 42 ticks to go.
Well, Western's going to give him those 3-yard passes. I mean, that one was dropped there by Harrison, but
Bulldogs playing the prevent defense here, trying to protect their one touchdown lead and kick off the season with a victory. Snap back. Bridgewater over the middle. Pass is caught by Sipes. And that's good for a first down out to the 37-yard line. But remember, a field goal does you no good. The Saints need a touchdown and a PAT to tie this game at 31. They only have 30 seconds to go. Bridgewater in trouble. Bridgewater simply has to throw that away.
Well, I thought that might be a time for Coach Purcell to get a timeout because, they were kind of in disarray with the longer pass, and they do have 2 timeouts remaining. You certainly don't want to take those with you in your back pocket when they don't do you any good when you're walking back to the locker room.
25 seconds left to be played in this college football game. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Three wide receivers left side. Bridgewater looking in that direction. Now he goes over the middle, and the pass is caught, and Sipes with yet another catch. And the official wants a timeout with 13 seconds left. Hook and ladder. Double reverse.
Well, yeah, you might see all the bags of tricks right here. That's what Carroll College calls their 2nd timeout of the half there. Good job there of keeping the receiver inside there by, I think that was number 1. That was DeJarius Hutcherson. I want to say Hutchinson, but I knew that was right. Hutcherson making sure that Sipes gets no yards after the catch. And importantly here, you got to get a first down if you're Carroll. It's third. You forget it's 3rd and 2. Obviously, the clock's working against you, but you got to make sure you get a first down as well.
Is that time for 2 plays?
I think you can get 2 plays in here. If you hit a quick hitter, I suspect we might see like a 5 to 7 yard out route and make sure you get the first down, get out of bounds. Then you have, I think Bridgewater can get it to the end zone from around the midfield mark, it looks like, just by watching him throw all day.
Or do you take a shot at the end zone right now?
Yeah, it's an interesting, it's certainly the cat and mouse game. I think my inclination would be to get the first down, maybe pick up 8 to 10 yards and make it a manageable, realistic effort on the heave.
Montana Western with 20 yards off the ball. Bridgewater takes a hit, gets the pass off. Are you kidding me? Inside the 40, inside the 30-yard line. That was Major Ali. That was a bit of a broken play. He got hit as he unloaded the football. Hey, the Saints have a shot here. This game is not done. Watch this.
And it looks like, he's going to get sacked from behind. I don't know if Bridgewater felt the pressure from behind him, but it sure felt like he was going to get sacked or stripped. And, just dumps it off there to, I think that's Harrison. Yeah, that is Harrison, number 12, with the catch. Carroll's going to call their final timeout. But good job of Harrison of getting down the field and chewing up yardage.
The Saints are inside the 30-yard line. The line of scrimmage, the 29-yard line. And on the clock, you've got 3 seconds. Can you believe this, Phil? What a game.
We've been treated to everything so far today, and everything's been good. This has been a super clean game for the opener for both teams as far as penalties, stuff like that. Miscues have been at a minimum, especially for game number 1.
Boy, it's going to be a disappointing loss, whoever comes up short in this game. But, hey, the Saints are a much improved team.
Absolutely. Looking at the numbers here, and we're pushing 1,000 yards of total offense here in this ballgame. 473 for the Saints, 488 for the Bulldogs so far. Obviously, 473 doesn't matter unless you get these final 29 if you're the Saints.
Well, here we go, folks. It's not often, not every day a college game comes down to the very last play. And that's where we're at right now.
This is the ultimate prevent defense. 4 guys lined up on the goal line for the Bulldogs.
3 seconds to go. The Saints need a touchdown. Bridgewater is going to air it out. It's deflected, incomplete. And the Bulldogs of Montana Western will go 1-0 in this 2019 season. They win it 31-24, the final score. Wow.
Since before the birth of America, the Army National Guard has stood ready to answer the call to defend and protect the nation. Army National Guard soldiers share in an enduring commitment to serve their state in times of crisis and defend their nation in times of conflict. The men and women of the Army National Guard serve part-time in their own communities and have a stake in its continued security. To learn all about the benefits of becoming a soldier in the Army National Guard, visit nationalguard.com.
Montana. We're proud to say it's where we live and where we work. We're so much more than pretty scenery. We are all hardworking, resilient, and resourceful. The vibe is different here. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking.
It was Christmas Eve when my customer called to let me know that my building was on fire.
My heart sank. It was a total loss.
My first concern was my employees and my clients. We've had this family business for more than 40 years. Payne West moved quickly.
Within 2 weeks, Payne West arranged a payment so Ron could start rebuilding his business.
And I am proud to say that I met every customer commitment that was made prior to the fire.
We experience what you experience. Payne West Insurance.
Touchdown, McKittrick.
31-24, the Bulldogs of Montana Western, the 25th ranked team in the nation, come out on top here. They were down at the break, 17-14. They win it 31-24. Our player of the game, Bulldogs quarterback John John, 27-41. 356 yards and 4 touchdowns. And the play of the game, well, with 58 seconds left to be played in this game, this 37-yard pass play to Walker McKittrick, and that was the game winner. Walker makes the catch at the 18, just gets into the end zone, and with under a minute left to be played in this college football game, the Bulldogs go up 31-24, but then with under a minute, Carroll College drives all the way down to the 29-yard line, and this game was not over until the final play of the game.
Yeah, you said it in the live action. Not often do you get to see a game come down to the very last play of the game, literally. And boy, if you're a fan of the Frontier Conference, there's no doubt you saw a barn burner today, and you can't go away disappointed. Everybody got their money's worth today, no matter which side of the coin you come on. I think Carroll College can take away a lot of positives from this game. I think they're better than everyone thought they were going to be this year. They're not going to be an easy W for anybody that sees them, and the Bulldogs did what they had to do. You have to win at home in the Frontier Conference in order to have a chance to win the conference championship.
Almost 1,000 yards of offense, 488 for Montana Western, 473 for the Saints of Carroll College. A bit of a shootout here in game number 1.
Only at the University of Montana Western, experience one. Experiential learning, one course at a time. One course for 18 days, a 4-day break, and on to the next 18-day course. Focused, intense, effective. Only at Montana Western. Experience you. Experience us. Experience one. Visit umwestern.edu or call us today, 1-877-683-7331.
When visiting the capital city of Helena, stay close in at an affordable rate at the Howard Johnson by Wyndham. Nicely appointed rooms with suites available. Start your day with a complimentary hot breakfast, and our indoor hot tub and pool will relax you. We're also home to the Longhorn Saloon and Casino. Come meet the locals, enjoy your favorite beverage, and try your hand at one of our 19 gaming machines. All in one location, only 8 minutes from the airport. It's the Howard Johnson by Wyndham. Call us at 406-443-2300.
There's a place where higher education starts at a higher elevation and rises from there. Located in the heart of the Rockies, Carroll College raises the bar with small classes taught by award-winning professors, more than 60 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs, and year-round outdoor fun over every horizon. Carroll College. Aspire to go higher.
Game. A fantastic finish here in Dillon, Montana. Up next, Carroll College at home up against the 23rd ranked team in the nation. The Bears of Rocky Western heads to Havre. Well, they'll take on the Lights of MSU Northern. Our final score, 31-24. John Junn, the quarterback for the Bulldogs, our player of the game. He was 27 of 41, 356 yards and 4 touchdowns in the contest. And both teams put up some huge numbers in this contest. Montana Western, 488 total yards. Carroll College, 473 total yards. And that's fairly even. Both teams with 24 first downs. And remember, Carroll College had a huge advantage in time of possession in the first half. They finished with 25 minutes. Montana Western with 17 minutes. And, it takes very few penalties. Only 8 penalties in the game as well, Phil.
58 total yards of penalties. That's unbelievable for the first game of the season. And, almost 1,000 yards. I think Coach Purcell, like we mentioned, has a lot to be proud of from his team. They weren't very highly regarded coming into the season. They're going to beat some teams this year. There's no doubt about it.
They are going to be good. There's no question about that. And Frontier Conference, folks, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. A very competitive game. My thanks to Phil Willett. Our thanks to the Montana Chevy dealers. Our final score from Dillon. The Bulldogs won it 31-24 over the Saints of Carroll College.